Okay, so here we are with Claude Snodrow here at the. Well, why don't you tell us what this is?
Hello, hi. Claude Snodrow here.
25th annual, right?
Yeah, the 25th annual Dead Country Singers Convention here in downtown Nashville. What we do, we go out all around the country. We invite dead country singers to Nashville so they can sing us songs before they died. That's what we do. We go gather them all up. We put them in an auditorium like
before they die.
Yeah.
I thought it was dead country stars.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they're all dead. Yeah, that's right.
They're already dead.
They're already dead. That's right. Right.
So that's right.
That's right. Right. Well,
are you sure that's right?
That's right. That's right. Claude Snodrod, right over the hell my name is. Yeah, that's right. We bring all the dead country, dead people.
Is that right?
Yeah, right. That's right.
All right, so
what they do, we get them to play music, right here in Nashville, right.
So
right later on,
okay.
They're incredibly right because nobody's wrong because they're all right. The music's good.
Is that right?
That's right.
All right, so let's go right to the bit, and you're gonna open the show. Is that right?
That's right.
You're gonna play a little guitar for us, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna play.
And sing, I hear.
Yeah, I'm a good singer myself. Cause see, everybody else is dead.
Well, I guess that would help. All right, so let's go right to the show.
Let's go right. Okay, here's the music.
It's the Mike and Tim Show. What down there, vote? And
here we are.
Hooray! It's us.
Another fine evening show.
Show number 3, Tim.
Oh, show number 3.
That's right.
Well, that doesn't count all the old shows we did either.
No,
remember,
new show number
the new
3.
show number 3. Yeah.
We are. Well, I hate to brag, but
we've been on the show for a long time.
I hate to brag, but
yeah, but what?
Well, just I hate to brag.
I don't like to brag either, but I do it all the time.
So we got a good show coming up tonight. A lot of new fun stuff.
Yes.
Ian Clothesline from the band Carter's Got Pills.
He was a good guy. I liked him last time.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's going to give his top. Well, we're not sure how many there are. The top 7 tips for being a rock star.
Oh, good idea.
For the budding musician who wants to.
Somebody who wants to rise to the top.
If you want to make it big in the
entertainment business.
Yeah, music business. So that's coming up. And there's some other stuff which suddenly escapes me.
When we get to the list, we'll let you know what it is.
There's some funny stuff. Chances are, you've made a good move by tuning in.
Because if you haven't, you're going to miss a lot of cool stuff.
Don't be in a hurry to run off.
You
It's
run
only going to get better than this, most likely. I want to say most likely because
Most likely.
well, I don't want to oversell it. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
better
like-
for them to be surprised. Like,
It's
oh,
like, yeah.
this
It's
is
like,
not the complete crap I thought it would be, or something. You know, along
it's
those
like an
lines.
airplane. You want to make sure it gets up in the air. We're up in the air.
Oh, also, that reminds me. Psychic Bob will be on later, and he's going to be looking into this. He's going to probe
Oh,
this thing between Russia and Trump. He's going to see. Is there any collusion? Is
Oh,
there
collusion.
Any, collusion. That's a good word.
yeah,
Right?
collusion, boy. Hey, baby, you want to get into some collusion? It's a great pickup line
Is
in the
that
White House.
the?
Yeah, you know, one senator talking to another senator. Hey, you want to go over some collusion later in the Blue House?
I'm sure there's plenty of colluding going on. Yeah.
I myself wanted to use the Lincoln line at the Lincoln Room, but it wasn't available.
Oh.
Mrs. Clinton wasn't there.
Tonight we're drinking
Oh,
Shock Top, the Belgian White.
yeah, it's very good brew. Very, very good brew. Let it be explained, though. Remember, we are not sponsored by Shock Top in any form, which way or whatever.
Although it would be good if they wanted to do
Yeah,
that.
we'd be more than happy.
No pressure.
What we found about this beer, it has a very distinct cedar. What is it? Wait a minute. Citrus taste to it. Citrus taste, not cedar. Citrus, which is very good.
Yeah,
Gives
it's
it a fruity flavor.
it's a pretty traditional Belgian wheat ale.
Yeah, it tastes almost like Lembeck.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not. It's actually it's not a traditional lambic, but it's very similar.
It's very fruity, but not too much.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and
Yeah.
it's not. It's got nice hops instead of the nasty. You know what I used to
God.
hate was
The
remember.
super IPAs.
You remember actually still around. Pete's Wicked Ale.
Yeah,
Some of their
yeah.
stuff has got some serious hops in it.
Right.
Serious hops.
It's
And,
okay, but I don't like that. You know, like you drink it and it leaves a big aftertaste, and you got to eat something else to clear that out. Doesn't
And
interest
some of the spicy hops are good, but I don't like overly hoppy stuff.
No, I'm not too much in favor of that. Overly, you know what the trouble with overly hoppy stuff is? It costs more.
Seemingly.
Why pay for something you don't like anyway?
Well, some people do like it. I don't like the really bitter, the overly bitter, super hopped up, you know.
Yeah, like that one
Like
beer we
this
got.
stuff has hops in it, but
Yeah.
it's a citrusy hops.
That's
and
like
it's
that one
spicy.
beer we got
It's,
from what's that? Divorce beer from Iowa, and I just bought it for the heck of it.
alimony ale.
Yeah, Alimony Ale, the worst beer in America. I got 2 bottles of it just so we
Probably
could try
not
it.
the worst, but
Yeah, we could test it out. It was pretty bad.
it's pretty bad.
I imagine people on Skid Row, those who've been divorced, go out and buy a 6-pack of that to celebrate.
So anyway, what else we got coming up? We got other stuff coming up. The Psychic Bob's going to read another haiku.
Oh, that's nice.
That'll be fun.
Oh, we got some Appalachian
Hopefully.
Trail stuff coming up.
There's another Appalachian Trail report coming up, which
Yeah.
will be fun. And it's the top 5 reasons for hiking southbound, right, instead
Yeah.
of northbound.
Right, from Mount Katahdin to Springer Mountain instead of the other way around.
From Maine to Georgia instead of from Georgia to Maine.
That's
For
it.
those of you who are not into the hiker thing.
Yeah, right. We'll explain. We'll explain.
We'll talk about too a little of the interesting controversy going on at the local hiker shelter
Yes,
where
absolutely.
Tim does his hiker thing.
Yeah, well, we're going to discuss what's been happening there with the
You know, this is
with the neighbors.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Well, actually, I guess I did. But I was never mind. Anyway, this is a good
Oh,
thing.
we forgot to mention where this comes from.
Where's it coming from?
We have to make sure that.
Well, it doesn't actually come from Belgium.
Oh no,
Not directly, anyway.
I think it comes from. There's an actual
St. Louis, isn't it?
St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri.
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 It's one of the states.
Oh, Missouri.
Missouri is.
Yeah, Missouri. You go from there and it starts and it goes up and down, up and down, up and down until you get to the end of the state where it flattens out. A very boring.
That is a very educational and helpful topographical assessment of the state of Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, it happened.
This is the kind of thing that you will not get on a lot of these other web shows. You know,
Yeah.
people talking about
stuff.
important topographical and geographical facts.
Yeah, it does this until you get to Springfield, and after Springfield,
Well, you said, all right, you don't have to, don't oversell it. What else we got? We got other stuff coming up. Oh, one of the things that we want to do is remind everybody about how amazing they are for tuning in. And
yeah,
watching
it
the
makes
show.
a big difference to us because then folks tune in and we feel like we can actually impart some of our wisdom and comedy on the world, as opposed to the other way around.
Speaking of the world, we are now, believe it or not, this is not a lie, we are now viewed, to some extent, in 76 countries.
I think that's great.
And we're talking Malaysia, Singapore.
Yeah,
Um,
non-traditional.
I don't think we have China yet. We have Taiwan. We
We'll
have
get China.
Pakistan,
Yeah, we'll get China.
India. We are very popular in India. We have
Yeah.
a ton of plays from India.
That's very nice.
Mostly the naughty stuff, but
Hey,
whatever.
they're in a cow. What do you want?
We get a lot of plays from Canada, the UK, of course, but we also have Liechtenstein and Czechia and that country that's in South Africa, Côte d'Ivoire, Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Well, whatever it is, it's
Hi, and welcome to Côte d'Ivoire.
it's that one with all the accent things.
It's
the
French.
accent symbols. Yeah, I think it is French. But anyway, there's somebody in there who
South
was
Africa?
checking us out, South Africa, and then also in the Pacific Islands and
Mauritania.
Mauritania. So,
Micronesia.
yeah, I think we got Micronesia.
Yeah.
We have
Japan.
Russia, where we get a lot of plays out of Russia. Japan, we
Yeah.
get plays from.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, same to you. So we have a few more countries to go, obviously. Bulgaria, we
Yeah.
get plays in Bulgaria, Italy,
We have-
Spain,
We have one more challenge. We have Antarctica.
Portugal. I don't know if there is anything for Antarctica because that might just be the host country
Oh, that's
that
true.
provides the
Yeah,
connection.
the connection. Yeah.
So,
Therefore, there's no iceberg.
but talk about a captive audience. People in Antarctica got nothing to do.
Yeah.
In their off time, I mean.
Hey, what are you gonna do, dear? Well, let's go out and measure the polar ice cap. I think I'll stay inside this evening and watch
You know
my
what I
Dick
mean?
show.
I mean, one time I was listening to Art Bell late at night,
Yeah.
and he had a guy on who was just a caller who called in and who was stationed in Antarctica.
Oh, cool.
And he was down there in wintertime, so it's dark almost all the time.
What are you gonna do?
And he was some kind of researcher
Yeah.
doing something, And then he said, when in the off time, he talks to people online and he talks to his family, video,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And he was going on about how, they have to come up with some
Things
things
to
to
do.
do because there really isn't much to do. They go on little hikes out into the weather. He's like, oh, yeah, it's like 30 degrees below zero. And
That's the warm day.
so I'm thinking, for anybody who's in Antarctica, this has got to be
Entertaining.
exactly. It's like money. It's like
Monty Python, come alive.
it's exponentially. Oh, never mind. I can't.
Uplifting.
It's way more entertaining than it might be for somebody here in America.
Yeah. They got all
Per
kinds
se.
of stuff.
So we want to say hello to all our listeners in Antarctica, and we
Thank
want to
you for
remind
listening.
them especially that we've got tons of stuff online, old shows and old bits, hours of stuff to listen to, and if it's really boring and awful, just think how easily it'll put you to sleep. Talk about relaxation. We have a couple other new bits up. There's a new beer review up from Keegan Ale.
Oh, that's really good
Keegan's
beer.
Ale, which is actually in Kingston, New York, not too far from here.
Right. A very good quality
And
homemade
that-
brew.
That is right. Yeah, that was pretty good. Mother's Milk, a
Yes.
stout that isn't disgusting. That's my opinion. That's a pretty good stout.
It's not bad.
And what was I
It
going to
has a
say?
full body.
We have another beer review tonight for a beer from the Hudson Valley Brewery, another local brewery in Beacon, New York. And that will be on the show tonight, but it'll go live 10:30. It's scheduled.
After the show.
See, we do this. Everything is scheduled.
After
It's good
the show.
TV here. After the show, it'll be up there. If you found it interesting, or you just want to maybe send it to somebody so that they can laugh at it
Right.
too and say, "Who the hell are these morons?" You know.
Well, we are starting to get like TV Guide. Everything's listed, confabulated, and then every once in a while we intersect something, we forget about it.
I'm waiting for one of these beer manufacturers to call us up and say, "Thank you for your interest in our product, but please refrain from reviewing it or drinking our beer on your show."
Due to the nature of your show, it's unbecoming of you to review our swill on your show.
So, having said that,
On with the show.
what else do we want to say? All right, I guess that's it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next month. No. Did I tell you I was thinking about getting a banjo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a banjo.
That'd be pretty cool. You get a banjo, you sit out in front of your house and play, and after a while, people will just think you're nuts. Well, they probably do anyway.
I was going to say, they probably already do. Today, my wife told me that I'm in my own little world.
Ooh.
I'm not sure why. I forget why. It was some
It's
comment.
like kind of like a circle.
I was talking to her about Star Trek. She was in the middle of doing something, getting ready to do something.
Yeah.
And I was just standing there,
You just popped up with it.
and I just it just popped out. It's like, oh, by the way, the new Star Trek TV series is coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, what?
And
You know, the dead actors from all the original ones?
No, it's a new show.
Oh. Oh.
Everybody in it is not dead.
Oh.
That's one of the things that everybody's excited about. There's no dead people in it.
There's no dead people. They're actually live actors, folks.
So yes, yeah, it's not a cartoon or anything. So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was checking out the trailer.
Yeah.
There's a new trailer. The first
trailer.
one was a little disappointing.
It was off.
And it's been delayed like 2 or 3 times. But you know, you got to get these things right.
Well, what's the big deal about it anyway? Is it like going to be Captain Picard, number 15?
No, it's supposed to be set 10 years before Captain Kirk's time.
Oh.
So Kirk is like a midshipman at this point.
So the way it works, then they have like the old shows where I push my button here and the door opens up. Goes from like a closet door opens up. Closet door, you know.
It's gonna be on CBS All Access, which is like their new streaming service.
Ah.
They're gonna have tons of crap on it, and like we have the BritBox.
The BritBox, yeah.
So we get all that British stuff that me and my wife like to
the
watch.
Bannerboard.
Yeah, and you know all that stuff.
The
All Sherlock Holmes.
The Vicar of Denby.
Yeah, yes, the Vicar of whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, Denby.
So you pulled me off the subject. But anyway, what they're going to do is that it's the new thing with TV now. It's going to be all the episodes will be available at once. So for those people who've got nothing to do, some people like to binge watch stuff now. You know, that's how they've grown up because they don't watch regular TV. Instead of waiting every week for a new episode, you can watch 3 or 4 in a shot, and then maybe next night you watch 2. You know, you watch whatever you want. You know,
I was fired from my job for binge watching
because you're paying for the service. So, anyways. That's what's coming up.
Yeah, but don't they? If they're doing that, then they have to get the whole series out at once.
It is. That's the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing will be out at once, and the whole thing. You know how in the old days, all the episodes of most shows were each episode was its own little story, and didn't rarely harken back to any other episode.
Exactly. Yes.
You know,
there was no
that's
going
not the
back
case now.
There was no going back to episode 1 because episode 5 is completely different.
Or they may have aired them out of order. But now everything is serialized, you know, so it all follows through. It's one big long story. And that's what it's supposed to be, the whole series of only like 10 or 13 episodes per season.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Oh. Who? Then you just run out of all those people.
I know.
Then you have to go
I'm
back
thinking
and watch
about writing them a letter. I'm going to send them an email and tell them that we're going to have to take over and we will fix this problem and completely rewrite the scripts. And you got to stop making that face because people are going to tune out. I think that's even worse. All right, so it's time to take a break then, I apparently think. So thanks for tuning in. This is pretty exciting. My wife tells me I should look at the camera more, so I'm looking at the camera. One of these days I'll lower the camera slightly so it'll be easier to look into the camera.
Hello, folks. It's now time for the Mike and Doom Show. We're looking directly into the camera. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Look straight into the camera.
What the hell is that?
I think I had a pimple right up here.
Oh, right.
Called my head.
So please don't. In the future, please don't draw attention to such things. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. We're going to come up with one of our classic bits here, and we'll be back shortly with the news. So you don't want to miss that.
The news as being written for the Mike and Doom Show.
You don't want to miss the news, right? I mean, for crying out loud, you don't want to miss the news, right? You're probably thinking, well, let's see what's on the so-and-so show. No.
It's that channel too.
No. All right, we'll be right back.
Hey, Bill, how are you? Hey, Bob, what's new? Hey, who is that guy in the stall there with you anyway? Why, that's my ass wiper from asswipers.com. Your ass wiper? Sure, I'm too busy to wipe my own ass these days, and they even flush. They flush? Wow, that's fantastic. Tell me more about that. Hello, friends. Don't have time to wipe properly? Well, don't get a nasty rash on your butt. Let one of our courteous certified professionals wipe it for you. They'll stand unubiquitously in the corner until needed. Then they spring into action, wiping your ass clean. Asswipers.com, the professional's choice. Tonight on the Baby Jesus Show, Judas tries to talk Jesus into changing the water into wine.
Hey, Jesus, come on, man. Hey, man, let's go to the food court, man. Can you like change water into wine? Hey, come on, let's go. Why not?
Judas, I don't think I'm supposed to do that.
Come on, Jesus, let's do that. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, water into wine. Come on, man, hurry up.
I don't know.
Why not, man? Hey.
I don't think my father wants me to do that.
Why not, man? Oh, well, he's just a carpenter. What does he know?
No, not that father. My other father.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, well, see if you can do it, huh? Come on, Jesus, come on.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, pretty please, Jesus.
Watch as the baby Jesus brings his friend Lazarus back to life after a fatal drive-by shooting. Lazarus, come back to life.
Gee, Jesus, thanks for bringing me back to life.
No problem. And of course, who could forget the cranky Italian next-door neighbor, Pontius Pilate. Gee, Mr. Pilate, sorry about your flowers.
You damn Jewish kids, keep off my lawn. I wash my hands of you.
All right, so we are back.
After a brief intermission there on one of our old bits.
It was, yes. But
Quite inspiring to do the old bits when we started out, which was really nice.
It was a smooth transition. Very smooth. You notice that? Whoever's running the show, obviously, just got everything down.
You know, our technical director, Mr. L. Smithens, is doing a great job.
Man, it gets warm quickly under these lights.
Yeah, sure
I
does.
have to come up with something for that.
Maybe if I fart heavily,
I have to
to
turn the
reduce
AC
the
on.
heat. No, if I farted heavily in here, you know what happened? It blow the room apart.
Well, that's great. That is great.
Good. I'm
Isn't
glad,
that
you,
great?
I'm glad you like it.
So,
What's in our next episode of what are we doing anyway?
I don't know. I think we're going to do the news. Yeah, we're going to talk about Trump versus the Coyote.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, bring that up.
Oh, you want me to bring that up?
Yeah, bring it up. Up, that up. Bring it up. There it is.
So I'm gonna bring it up, and while I'm bringing it up, I'm gonna pretend that I'm actually saying something important about something.
Really gonna bring it up.
You know, you ever do that? You're like,
well, I get this done. I will be fiddling with the twistimonial situation.
well, I wouldn't have used the word fiddling.
What about
Fiddling.
fiddlating? Hi, I've got a real bad fiddlating circumstance. There you go.
Oh, that didn't work, did it?
Oh, no.
Somebody screwed something up.
We got to get to that guy.
I think it was you, Tim.
No, it was Mr. Fiddlator.
I think it was you.
The Fiddlator again. You got to be careful there. Brings up there.
Okay, so that's not going to work right now, probably.
So let's try something else.
So what we're going to do is we're going to keep moving along. We have this bit we're working on: Trump versus the Coyote.
Quite interesting when you think about it.
It's going to be great. It's really funny, and
yeah,
it's about as far as we've got so far.
Actually, it's an in-depth look at a coyote chasing Mr. Trump all on the wall.
I don't know if it's, I don't know.
Either that, or it's people trying to cross the border, and Mr. Trump's out there with a big stick sweeping them off the wall. Broomstick, right off the wall. Come on, back in there. Get back.
So, what else is going on in the news, Tim? What have you saw on the news this week?
I don't know. I've been working. I haven't watched the news.
See how I cleverly threw that back at you?
Yeah. You were quite unique about that. The only news I've seen is when I get paid. That's what I call news.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What do you
How the American dollar affects my bottom line.
Oh.
For my 14,000 employees working at Tim Industries.
Tim Industries.
Yeah, we manufacture, sell body condoms.
There you are. I just made you appear.
Very good.
See, before I pretended that I did not have the ability to pull this picture up.
Yeah, right.
I was just pulling a little joke on the audience.
Oh.
But in actuality, I already had it all set to go. I'm just wondering if anybody can hear us. I think they can. Let me just check this. Yeah, okay. Everything looks good.
Good.
So I figured out the audio problem last night. I was talking about that, right?
Well, on here we got a picture of the president and a coyote. Right here. Oh, this way. There is. What we have here is a dichotomy of forces.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have a Mexican coyote.
This is good. Keep going with this. I
trying
like this.
to chase down the American president. How fast can the Mexican coyote run and how fast can Trump sprint along the wall?
Well, or how fast is his limo? Because he's got that limo.
Oh,
But it's heavily armored, so maybe it doesn't go. Actually, it does probably go pretty fast. It's got,
yeah, and it
I'm
probably
sure it's got like a V8 or something.
No, it's making like a V20.
I don't think they make too
Oh,
many.
they
of
do,
those.
yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I have it on personal knowledge.
Personal.
They have a V20.
All right.
What they do, they stick 10 of them in the front, 10 of them in the back. That way, in case there's anything wrong with the car, they have an override.
So the whole point of this bit apparently was supposed to be, how will the coyote get past Trump to get
Illegal immigrants
illegal aliens across the wall into
in
America?
the United States, yeah.
And it was going to be like a top 5 thing. And we had a couple of good ideas.
Yeah, we had.
Didn't we have a good idea with a slingshot kind of a thing? Slingshot them over the wall?
Yeah. That way, yeah, the coyotes operate the slingshot. You push a button. And,
I was thinking maybe that isn't in good taste.
they land on
So I was
mattresses.
going to say, well, maybe we won't do that. We won't talk about that one. And then I thought, well, maybe we'll talk about how we were going to talk about it, but decided not to talk about it because
Therefore,
we've
it's time to
decided
talk
not
about.
to talk about it. But in essence,
We're
see the
talking about
comedic
anyway.
genius I just pulled there?
Yeah,
We did talk about it. All the while talking about how we weren't going to talk about it.
talk about it.
It's like that time when we used to talk about how we use the F word.
Yeah,
Or we didn't use the F word that
we
much.
kept doing it.
And we kept referring to the F word
Yeah,
and how
right.
we weren't going to use it.
I don't.
And by the F word, I mean fuck.
Yeah, it was effing ridiculous.
It effing was.
Oh, it surely effing was.
It effing was.
Effing this and effing that and effing everything else.
So I'm wondering if we got like a.
Hey, what if you were, speaking of that, what if you were in a, say, public place? There's like at the train station, and there's maybe 400 people there, and you start screaming the F word repeatedly. How quick
You
would
mean the word fuck?
Well, yeah. How quick
Just checking.
would you be on? How quick would security forces show up to render you inoperable to speak?
What, say this again? I wasn't paying any attention.
Oh, well, here's the deal. You go to the train station. Well, you're going to get on a train,
What train station?
any train station. Oh, but it's got to be big.
This is a
train.
hypothetical
Yeah,
train
yeah,
station?
yeah.
Does it have those? Well, does it have those turnstiles
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
gotta go through?
yeah. Very frustrated.
The
You're like,
thingies that you
yeah,
walk
those
through?
thingies. So with the way this works,
You know what I like to do? I like to try to. I like to when I go through there, try to go through so quickly that it spins again as if another person went through, just to screw up their counter thing. You know,
well, here's the best part
that's
about that.
the rebel in me coming out.
If there's somebody else caught in there when you do that in the bottom, oh, they fling them right the hell out of there.
Oh, they do.
Oh yeah, baby, they get caught in there. They're like,
Toss them back out. That
yeah,
hurt.
they go zingo. They're out
Oh.
of there. Right,
Awesome.
right over top of the train set.
Toss them out on the tracks. You mean?
Yeah, the train's coming. Wing right over top into the train.
Seems a little extreme, doesn't it?
It works.
It works. It
Yeah,
works.
it's called the giant. It's called the Speedy Rama person counter.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Speedy Rama person counter. They're manufactured by the Speedy Rama Corporation of New York City. Every turnstile is a Speedy Rama turnstile, manufactured by the Speedy Ramers Turnstile Manufacturing Corporation of New York City.
That's a lot. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, the Speedy Rama Manufacturing
They might-
Corporation of New York
They
City.
might need to abbreviate that for their web, their
Yeah, they
.com.
call
name.
it just people counter.
What were we talking?
I don't have the slightest idea.
This beer is pretty good.
It ain't bad, yeah.
Yeah, we're drinking this. In case you missed the opening of the show, I can't
Shock
imagine.
top.
We're going to do shock top.
See, why they call it shock top? If you drink enough of these, you have
That's for the people who are watching in 3D.
you have no control over your head. Therefore, it shocks your top.
That's something I want to do at some point is move to 3D because YouTube has the ability to broadcast 3D stuff in 3D. In other words, well, there's a couple different ways it can be done, but
Right.
in the simplest way, you get this thing called cardboard. And it's this little cardboard thing with 2 cutouts for the eyes. It goes over your smartphone.
Yeah,
There's your sweet smartphone, you see?
yeah.
And you go like this, and you're able to see it in 3D because it sends 2 different pictures to each eye.
God.
Just a little science here in the Mike and Tim show.
Science for those who count.
Don't go away though, because the beer will return. Actually, there's a lot of science in beer. Uh-oh.
Well, now there's the end of that beer.
That was already empty anyway,
All right, well, that was good.
mostly. But and then here we go with gravity. Another great segue into gravity. The science never ends on the Mike and Tim show. We go from the science of brewing, to the science of broadcasting,
To the science of falling down.
and it's gravity. Yeah,
Gravity.
gravity, and it's all part of the magic of the Mike and Tim show. You're not going to get this on like Dick
Nation,
Van
yeah.
Dyke, Mary
Yeah,
Tyler Moore.
but they're all dead anyway.
Remember some of those weird shows they used to be on the oldies? Remember Real People?
Yes. I do
Remember the
remember.
other show, That's Incredible?
Yep.
They used to be on together. Real People and That's Incredible.
Real people. No shit.
They were probably two of the stupidest ass shows ever. Actually, that's probably not true because there's been a lot of stupid ass
What
shows.
about that show on TV where they had that the guy was the Gong show and the prize was like $53.25, and they used to get on there and get insulted. Rick Baramus or whatever his name was, or Chuck
you mean
Barris.
Chuck Barris.
yeah, Chuck Barris.
There's an interesting thing about him. He thought he was a
I
I don't know if he actually
a
thought
rock
it.
star.
No, he thought he was or he claimed to have been like a CIA employee. In other words, he worked for the government, and he did. He claimed that he actually claimed that he was responsible for a number of sanctioned kills, like he killed other agents. And he was, and his cover was that he was a
TV producer.
a TV guy.
Yeah.
And some people believed it.
Some people will believe
Here's something
it.
that's pretty cool. This is, I just want to show off my photographic talents here.
All right.
This is what they call a selfie. The selfie term that.
Yeah, why don't they just call it a
everybody
photograph?
Well, it's a selfie.
No, it's not. It's a
But
photograph.
Notice how I very cleverly managed to only squeeze a piece of my eye in.
You know what a selfie is? That's a guy who can't get it up.
This is a pretty piss poor selfie, isn't it? He can't even see us.
Hi, I'm having a selfie.
So
Only get yourself a bottle full of Viagra.
shit happens. What is
Yeah.
that? What is that? How does that work? What are you talking about?
A selfie is a guy who can't get it up. So therefore, he got to go out and buy some Viagra so he don't have a softie anymore.
So
Selfie.
that's an interesting comment on the etymology of words and phrases where, somebody from the 15th century would be like, selfie.
What are you talking about?
But anyway.
We call that, in my world, we call that square picture.
So that's what's going on right now with the funny news. Right now. Did I say right now?
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now with the funny
The
news. I seem to be having a little trouble speaking.
Well, you're speaking news and funny. So therefore, it's news funny instead of funny news.
Probably going to have another beer.
Correctamundo.
Well, in other words,
Oh, wait a minute. She's dead. Joni's dead. Yeah, I'm about to move on.
what that? How? Come on.
Oh, hey, I correctamundo.
I don't know where you are sometimes.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're thinking. What planet you're freaking from?
I think everybody else plants.
Well, all right. So on that note, so that's what's going on with the news.
I plant thoughts.
And what we're going to do now is we're going to show
Yeah.
our.
We are.
We have Ian Clothesline coming up live from
good.
Canada.
All right.
Top tips for being a rock star. So if you're in the music business or you'd like to be,
You need to see this.
you're just wondering what's
Yeah.
entailed. What do I have to do besides being a musician? Obviously.
Well, yeah, which is
That's
part of
kind
the
of
requirement.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like the first thing. It helps. Although some people would say that a lot of people in the music business today don't have a lot of musical talent.
Well, they don't. They
Far
don't have
be-
any talent.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far.
I would.
All right,
They're just talentless.
you always go that far, don't you?
I do. I go to the extreme.
You should have a shirt that says "I go that far."
Come on, baby. You want to go with me? Nobody else will.
People ask you, "What the hell's that supposed to be?" I can't tell you. You gotta watch the show.
Yeah, I can't tell you because you'd have to kill you.
A clever way to get new listeners.
Oh, it is, yes. Look at my pecs.
By the way, speaking of new listeners, we want to welcome the hundreds, probably hundreds, of Appalachian Trail hiker type people who
We
are
much
probably
appreciate
tuning in
that very much.
because they are checking out Tim's new bit, which is up now and you can actually watch, which is all about top tips for privy survival
Yeah, don't use
on the
that.
Appalachian Trail. Tim's top tips for hikers.
Don't use that privy if you can see the code.
I thought that was pretty clever. Tim's top tips. I like little
Tim's
phrases
tips.
like that. Tim's top tips.
Yeah, tip, pretty survival.
And
Have you
I
ever
think a lot of
spent
people probably tuned in thinking it was completely serious, and there is some serious stuff in there, and then it degenerates into some other stuff. Actually, one thing that I think was very helpful is the important information on how not to wipe yourself with poison ivy when you've got to go, off the trail, as they say, off the trail.
Yeah, if you drop something, you have to pick it back up again and reuse it, and it's swiped.
Because everybody knows sometimes you can't find some nice fresh maple leaves.
You have to use what's available.
You got to use what's available, but don't use poison ivy.
Don't use that 3-leaf evil.
Or you'll be really sad that you did.
No, actually, what you'll be doing, it's called an itch and scratch.
Hopefully, you'll be at a nice shelter because you'll be there for a few days.
Yes.
I should save this for the hiker thing.
Yeah, really.
So anyway, a lot of hikers checked it out, and
much appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. So Tim will have more stuff
later,
like that. More hiker stuff. That's what we'll say. More hiker stuff coming up.
Yeah. If you can't get your hiker stuff from anybody else, get it here.
But right now, we would like to give you
pontificate.
Yeah, right now we are going live with. Well, actually, not really live. Why would I say live? Because it's not.
We're live now.
We recorded it when the man was available. He's a musician. He's a rock star.
Yeah.
And some people may not have seen the last time we talked to him. He had a little trouble at the border with his guitar being confiscated, and his medication was in his guitar case.
And that's some questionable medication, but
we don't know exactly what it is. So he was a little off. He was a little off his game, but hopefully things are better now. So here we go, and let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay, we have a special treat now.
That's right.
Hey, Ian Clothesline is joining us from Canada.
And he's going to play some new music for us and give us some top tips for making it in the music business.
Yeah, top tips of being a rock star. Okay, let's see if we're connected.
Ian, are you there? Hello, mates. Hey, it's me, live from Canada. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for being
Jolly good. How are you doing? No sooner do I give me the guitar back than I lose it again.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? They give me a hard time at the Canadian border this time. Oh, no. And no sooner get me guitar back from U.S. Customs than Canada confiscates it again when I come into Canada. And they took me ukulele too this time. That's why I'm sitting here with my other ukulele. I'm running low on instruments, ain't I? I had to buy a pair of cheap reading glasses too. My contacts are in the guitar case. Oh, no.
Sorry to hear about that. Do you want to give us your tips for being a rock
sure.
star?
I sat down earlier today. I made out a list of the best tips. Being a rock star, if you will. Can't find it. I've got it here somewhere. No, that's not it. Well, anyway, I wrote these down and numbered them from 1, 2, 3. No, 5. Oh, let me think. Bloody paper. I can't find it, can I? So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was six tips. Okay, 6 tips.
Okay, 6 tips. All right.
Somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got it right here. I got it. Okay, so there are 7 tips for being a rock star.
7 tips.
Go for it. Okay. Tip number. Oh wait. Should I read them from left to right, or from 1 to 5, or 5 to 1? 7 of them. What?
There are 7 tips.
There are? Yeah. All right. So what are your top right. Number 5? Oh, you mean 7, right? Oh, right. Number 7 then. Can't read me old bloody writing, can I? I don't know what it says from the looks of it. I must have wrote it on the train. Well, that was a dumb move, eh?
Oh, we're on the train today?
Oh, no. I haven't been out of my hotel room all day, have I? Customs man asked me to keep myself available in case they had any further questions. You said you wrote it on the train. I don't understand. What train? I don't know what you're bloody talking about, mate. You Americans are so hard to understand, you see. For someone like me, especially, who more or less speaks the Queen's English, you know.
Why don't you give it a try?
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Tip number 7. Clean underwear. Very important for rock music. Clean underwear. I don't think I can explain it to you how important clean underwear is. Clean, comfortable underwear. Very important for today's rock musician, eh?
So what exactly do you mean?
Well, I just told you I can't explain it fully. I can't explain it at all, actually. You know, no, I can't answer any more questions about the underwear. Just remember, clean underwear, mate.
So, I bring plenty of clean underwear?
Well, I didn't say bring. Don't be putting words in your mouth now. I did not say bring. I don't get it. I can't explain it, right? Okay. Number 4.
6 is next, not 4.
Look, if you boys keep interrupting me, you can just give these tips yourselves, eh? I've got the list here.
Okay.
Damn, I can't read this one either. This damn trains are so bouncy, eh? I remember now.
Okay.
Always treat your ex like you treat your woman, eh? You get your hands all over her every day, and you make her purr like a kitten in the morning, and scream like a banshee at night, eh? All right.
Okay.
Enough said there. Let's see here.
Interesting.
Okay. Number 3. This is a good one, eh? Always pack a shiv or some kind of small, sharp object in case you need to cut a manager or promoter, for non-payment. Now, myself, I like to have a few box cutters in my guitar case, eh? Of course, they've taken those, haven't they? The man with the badge says, because why you got box cutters in your guitar case, he says to me. I says, in case I need to cut a promoter for stiffness on a gig, mate. Oh, I told him it hardly ever happens these days. Seems to like that answer.
I don't know if there's really tips that viewers can use.
Yeah, what else?
Well, mates, tip number 2. Probably my most important tip.
Shouldn't that be number 1 then? It is, if it is the most important.
No, don't.
All right, then. Tip number 1, my ultimate tip.
What happened to number 2?
You missed it, mate, because you was jabbering.
Oh, come on.
Okay, my number 1 tip. Don't keep your medication or your box cutters in your guitar case. At least not all of them. Especially if you're traveling out of the country, eh? Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. What are we doing exactly? I forgot.
This is the second time
Was
you've
it?
gone?
I guess I forgot that too. So what are we doing?
Well, I think we're out of time.
We are. Hey, that's great, mates. Let me lay on my new tunes on you. Oh,
Well,
this is
we really
great.
gotta get going, actually.
Oh, that's okay. I'll play you out my new song. It's called Underwear Superman.
Okay,
Here we go.
just for a minute.
I'm crazy, I'm just insane. There's something not right with me in my brain. Late at night, when all the ice cream trucks are gone, I feel like Superman with my long underwear on. Looking at this underwear Superman. Snap a photo while you can. Underwear Superman, underwear Superman. Hey.
That's it for our top 7. Apparently, top 7 tips.
Yeah.
Goodbye from Mike and Tim and Ian Clothesline in Canada. Bye, Ian.
See you later.
Attention nature lovers. Now available from the Colorado Sound Company. The new CD. Sounds of animal reproduction. Never before has such a plethora of audio imagery been gathered together on one CD. Nature lovers, pet lovers, animal lovers. Get it now. Sounds of reproduction from the Colorado Sound Company. It'll bring out the beast in you.
Okay, and we are
back.
After that little ditty there about the sounds of Anniversary production. And we're back here on the Mike and Tim Show live.
Exactly, exactly.
We're so
And,
live, it's ridiculous.
We are, well, that's a good, that's true. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, because you know, some of those other shows like this, they're crawling under the table by now. We are
not afraid.
We are not afraid of crawling up from the table, not under the table.
Interesting.
I don't know what that means, but that's okay.
It certainly is.
Now on to our next bit. Make the announcement. Or what is it supposed to be?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Don't be so
esoterical.
Oh, that's good. Esoterical. Don't be so esoterical. Tim, let me back up. Tim, don't be so esoterical.
Well, excuse me.
Okay, so our pal Psychic Bob is coming up.
All right, yeah. Let's
actually, he'll be here later live to do his psychic thing. But right now, he's going to just lends his voice to the reading
of the time,
as it were.
Reading of the information.
I like to say, as it were, and if you will.
As it were, and as it were.
Psychic Bob here with another Mike and Tim haiku. This one's called The Porcelain Throne. Plumbing overflow. Lovingly the toilet remorse. Sadly the sewage. Well, that's it. See you later.
What? That's really funny. Sadly, remorse the sword.
That's good stuff, man. You're not going to get that on even CBS All Access.
Yeah, and also, the haikus really come out of like Japan or something. The other haikus are about flowers and nature and what have you.
Not plumbing.
Yeah,
Sadly, the sewage. I like the way you read that. Sadly, the sewage.
Because everybody has one. I mean,
it's a character.
You know, if you live in an apartment house, you got like a big sewer.
The Porcelain Throne.
The porcelain.
You know, that was written by Bob Frankenbush.
Yeah, right, yeah. He's a funny guy, that Frankenbush.
He's a funny guy. He's our executive producer.
Frank and Bush. I wonder where that name came from.
I have no idea. No idea.
Sounds dirty to me.
So.
Hey, Frank there, you want to come out and... well, anyway. Oh, they were behind the blueberry bush there.
Someone's behind the blueberry bush, you know? Nobody's ever behind the
asparagus plants.
Well, I mean, there's not a bush, though. You can't hide behind asparagus.
Yeah, let me go out there and hide behind.
Corn you can hide behind.
You're right, yeah. You want to lay the corn?
You can kind of hide behind, like in a pumpkin patch, because they have big flowers.
Or like big tomatoes, like big boy tomatoes.
Oh, there's a number of vegetables you could hide behind successfully.
Yeah, hey, honey, you want to go out and hide behind the squash?
That'd be a big squash, though.
Oh, hey, how about hide behind the pumpkins?
Or you could just be a little less specific and just say various gourds. Various gourds. He was found hiding amongst various gourds. But we found him. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
he's going to jail.
We've got... yeah, we've got the culprit. He was hiding various gourds.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, honey, how's your gourd tonight?
It isn't really that funny. It's just
sounds funny.
Seems funny at the time, yeah.
Hey, ma'am, would you like to come over?
I'd like to show you some my display of various gourds. Oh, that's good stuff. Hey, you definitely won't get this discussion of gourds on CBS All Access. They'll be calling us up saying, we want to have you guys, we want to have your show on our network.
Hey, when's the last time you played with your gourd?
Right, now you're going,
We really gored it out here.
Now you're
And we're stretching the thing to the absolute stupidity. So, how are you and the Gourd family? Well, we're out in the garden there. We're planting around.
there's an awful lot of the gourd.
Gourding going on.
Yes, the gourd is a noble vegetable. Isn't it?
Yes.
It is a
Scrape
vegetable.
out your gourd and plant
No,
the
it's
seeds.
not a vegetable. It's a gourd. It's a
You don't eat a gourd.
You can.
How the hell do you eat a gourd?
Isn't a pumpkin a gourd? A type of gourd?
There must be.
Will that make a great video? Is a pumpkin a gourd? Tonight, Mike and Tim Show Science Division.
Is it a gourd or is it a pumpkin?
Gourd or no gourd?
Trump or no Trump?
You know, it maybe it's a great new game show. Gourd or no gourd? You know,
Get your gourd.
asparagus, yes or no? Just and then nothing else. You know,
Yeah, lettuce or not. Carrots or carotene.
kind of a promo for a show. Tune in tonight. Lettuce. What's all the fuss about?
Is it edible or is it not?
It would appear to be.
Yes.
All right, so well, that was fun.
Is it cabbage lettuce or is it lettuce cabbage?
That was a lot of fun.
Oh. Yeah, we must have something else coming up, but we're not sure what it is.
No, we know what it is. Tim, everything is under complete control.
Mind control.
Everything is so
Major
smooth
power.
and so stable that I can confidently take a sip from this beer number 3 here.
Put your
Drink responsibly.
headlights on.
That's another thing. Why do they have to put that drink responsibly thing on there? I mean, sure, it's good advice.
Yeah.
But is anybody going to really follow it if they weren't doing it anyways? Like, is
Honey,
a drunk going to pull over and go, holy shit, I forgot I should drink responsibly?
or what you're gonna,
Thank God it was written on the side of that beer truck that just went by. Thank God.
Well, here's the new regulation. You buy beer. What you have to do, you go up to the counter, you bring your 6-pack up there, no matter where you're going. They pull out a whole big, like rules and regulations book that you have to sign and pass a test. At the bottom it says, please drink responsibly. You got to sign off on that. Make sure you don't.
You know, I think I just had like a flash.
Affinity.
A brainstorm. I was thinking, instead of checking somebody's to see if they're drunk before you sell them beer or something like that,
Yeah.
you know, or even checking their ID necessarily.
Right.
I mean, obviously, if they look like a kid. You know, but the point is, what they should do is before you can allow to buy beer, you should have to prove you're not an asshole. Some people would not be able to do it.
Right.
And therefore, sorry, sir, we can't.
Sorry, you're an asshole.
Apparently, it says here that you are an asshole and will not be buying any beer tonight.
The way it works is on this great big list of things you have to fill out.
Cupcakes and Twinkies are okay, but no beer.
No beer. This thing you got to fill out, there's like letters. It spells out asshole. So if you can't answer any of the questions, there it is right there in front of them. You show it to them, sir. You'll notice on here, you did not fill it out. Therefore, sir, you are.
If people standing in line asking to somebody else, has anybody got a pen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not an asshole. People are going on the store. I'm not a fucking asshole. You're an asshole. Bastards.
Can you imagine the strife that would cause?
And then there'd be some guy outside who is not an asshole, seemingly, but is selling beer to people who are declared assholes and could not buy it inside. You know, like a scalper.
Yeah, he's the asshole seller. Does that make any sense?
Not really. No, it needs a better term.
Oh, he's the
Somebody who deals with the downtrodden, the denied,
the denied.
the pusher. He's a bit some sort of pusher.
He's an asshole pusher.
All right, so
He's the downtrodden asshole pusher.
Right.
Have you ever had your asshole? Have you ever been approached by an asshole? How about that? Can you imagine this?
I'm going to say no to any question you ask.
How about an asshole on wheels? Shit's on command.
Well, I don't know.
It's like
How
a
about that?
little thing where you get like a little gumball, except the assholes come out of it instead.
All right.
I think we beat this to the
We've,
severity.
once again, we have
Denied the situation.
one of the things that we're really good at is
Off the
beating a
cuff.
particular subject to death and milking every bit out of it. You know, the well, and but
Does
then
go
we
on
know,
dry.
yes, but we know when the well's one dry,
Right.
and then
We
we
take
spend
it a
some
bit
time,
further.
but no, we spend some time talking about how the well is run dry. So I mean, it's just
There's
great.
no water left in here. We're replacing it with beer.
The regular shows have got to be dying to get us. Like, man, these guys can fill up time like nothing. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Who would want to tune in and watch this?
I don't know. You gotta be dumb enough to do this.
Like I like to say, Mike and Tim show, more fun than doing nothing. Which is probably true.
Yeah. Hey, you ever hold on. You ever watch this TV? There's an advertisement on TV for Perkins or one of these places.
Perkins?
It shows two, we can get, it's Denny's. The kids eat free after 4 o'clock. That's where all the slop's left over. Well, they show 2 kids who got 2 spoons glued to their nose. During the entire commercial, it's like a minute long. So these kids got two spoons glued to their nose, and I'm sitting there going, that ain't gonna happen. They probably crazy glued the kid's nose to their, the spoons to the nose after they did all the coke and stuff, so they can get them to
Is that
calm
new
down.
Coke or classic Coke?
Oh, that's new Coke. Classic Coke got cocaine in it.
Oh,
That's not funny at all. Let's move on to
not,
something else.
not particularly, no.
That was an absolute waste of time.
I wouldn't say that.
You'll notice that every once in a while these bits come out, these inspirations, they're useless.
I wouldn't say it was an absolute waste of
It
time.
was just a waste of time.
Yeah, it was just a general waste of time. An
Yeah.
absolute waste of time would have been
You couldn't capture any of it and make it viable.
if people were like emailing us in mass and saying,
Oh, what a waste of time.
our neighbors are throwing up because
They can hear it over their TV.
it's great.
It's interfering with their cable subscription.
Well, I warned people that we were taking over.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know why they didn't listen.
They just can't be trusted.
But mercifully, what we're gonna do now is it's time for another great bit. And this is one of those sort of mishmash. It's a bunch of small parody bits, sort of set up like you're checking out what's on TV kind of thing. So that's are those hand movements choreographed by Yoko Ono once again?
What the hell? I forgot.
It's amazing how she finds the time to choreograph your custom designed hand movements.
Can you imagine being married to her? 3
No.
o'clock. 3 o'clock. Lady, get up! God.
No, I don't
It's scarier than hell.
think I could imagine that.
Mommy, shut up!
We could probably do a whole show. We could do a top 5 thing on top 5
Reasons for getting rid of her.
top 5 ways she destroyed the Beatles or something like
Yeah.
that. Or no, top 5 ways she influenced the Beatles.
Yeah, we call her Choka Ono
Why?
because her voice is so high. Otherwise, that's the only way she can sing is scream.
She's
She
not
can't bring
screaming,
it. She
Tim.
can't bring it down.
She's an artist. I'm surprised that she goes out of her way to choreograph your hand movements for free, apparently for free. And you're not paying her, are you?
No,
You're not like having sex with her or something, are you?
No,
in
definitely
exchange
not.
for the service?
no, she's like 75.
So she's doing it for free.
For
And then
the-
you're gonna turn around and malign her just because she sounds like a piece of metal being scraped across another
Brick
dissimilar
saw.
type of piece of metal.
or brick sidewalk for that matter.
That's not the sound I think of when I think of
Yeah. I think of like somebody running down the street screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs.
I think of baby raccoons. You ever hear of baby raccoons and they're up in a tree and they're screeching like they sound like little babies screeching almost,
So they do.
somewhat
What's
unhealthy.
that sound like?
I can't particularly. I don't think I can do it right now, but
Don't do the baby raccoon. They don't like
but
it.
it doesn't sound good. Let's just say that. Most people already know. Poor Yoko. She's got this. No matter who she meets, the first person that anybody she meets is going to say, "Holy shit, this is that lady that can't freaking sing for shit."
I know what she sounds
God
like.
help us if she starts singing. They're like, protect all the valuable glassware before it shatters.
I know what she sounds like. She sounds like 2 cars that have not really got into a major accident, but have streaked right alongside of each other. Yeah, and scraped like the door handles off the receptive cars, and
I'm surprised she didn't get into like a heavy metal band because it seems she'd be a natural in that.
yeah, it's good. I know what the name of the band was. It's called the Screamers and the Screamettes, or How to Get High and Not Realize It.
So on that note, what we're
Yeah.
going to do now is play this bit, which I've forgotten what it is we're going to
I
play.
have the slightest idea.
Well, we're going to play this bit, which is we're just going to play this bit.
Yeah.
Hello for calling Fred's Help Desk. How may I help you today?
Oh, my computer won't start.
You having a problem with your computer, sir?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now, just a minute. You say it won't start. How do you know it won't start, my friend?
Well, it won't come on.
Now, my friend, have you tried the power button, my friend?
Yep, tried that.
Oh, you have tried the power button. Oh, you're an advanced user then. Okay. Now, have you checked the plugs? I mean, maybe it is unplugged. You don't see. The thing is, my friend, I am a trained diagnostician. You are not qualified to tell me what is wrong with your computer. You don't know if there's something wrong with your computer or not. I will ask you the questions, and then we will determine what is wrong with your computer. Now, is the computer plugged in?
Yep, computer's plugged in.
Oh, it is plugged in.
Yep, something wrong with the computer must be.
No, my friend, no. It's quite possible that there's a blackout and there's no power. How do you know there's not a blackout?
The lights are on in here, so there's no power
Oh, the
problem.
lights are on. Oh, well, then
Yeah.
maybe you know what I think, my friend? I think that there might be something wrong with your computer.
I just got done telling you that.
Now, my friend, what happens when you come up to Windows?
How can I come up to Windows if I can't turn it on?
Well, my friend, if you're not going to cooperate with me now, I'm not going to be able to assist you. You see, you've got to go into Windows so I can tell you to point and click on things.
How in the heck can I possibly do that, you lame brain? I can't get it on.
Well, my friend, you see, I am afraid that this is going to take a little bit more trouble. Now, let me ask you something. What happens when you turn on the power button?
It won't go on.
Well, what happens, my friend?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing happens. You mean the computer does not turn on when you hit the power button?
Of course.
Oh, I think there's definitely something wrong with your computer then. It is a good thing you called me, my friend. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
No. I want you to fix my computer.
Well, no, sir. You see, I am the help desk. I have diagnosed the problem, and my official estimation is that there is something wrong with your computer. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Have I provided good service?
No.
I'm sorry, sir, but you see, if you're called the help desk, we have to help you, and I'm trying to help you. I diagnosed the problem. What more can we do?
Is there somebody else I can talk to who's got a brain?
No, sir. I'm the sole proprietor of Fred's Help Desk.
That figures.
Information technology is our specialty, sir. Thank you for calling. Goodbye. At John Crapper Ford, we don't give a shit. Stop in today and be treated rudely by one of our poorly trained associates. Test drive the car of your choice, provided you look like you're filthy rich. Presenting our no hassle, not a problem guarantee. It's no hassle, and it's not a problem, because there's no guarantee. Need repairs? Warranty problems? Unresolved complaints? At John Crapper Ford, we don't give a shit. You'll be amazed with the quality at John Crapper Ford. But don't take our word for it. Let's hear from one of our highly trained automotive service technicians. At John Crapper Ford, you can kiss our ass. John Crapper Ford. Deep discounts for sexual favors. John Crapper. John Crapper.
John Crapper Ford. They don't give a shit. And it shows. Tired of that smelly cat litter?
New from Disposapet, it's the Disposable Kitty. Never spend money on your cat again. The Disposable Kitty comes with its own food and water and never makes a mess.
When they're used up, simply flush them down the toilet.
Available everywhere in handy singles, 3-packs, or the money-saving 10-pack.
Now available right around the corner at Handy Marts everywhere.
Thank you for calling the Sex Offender Registration Hotline. Press 1 if you're a registered sex offender. Press 2 if you want to register as a new sex offender. Press 3 if you like to look at little boys. Press 4 if you like to look at little girls. Press 5 if you're doing it right now. Press 6 if you're an out-of-work Catholic priest. Press 7 if you're currently a member of the North American Men Boy Love Association. Press 8 if all of the above apply. Press 9 to hang up now and pretend you meant to call someone else.
Hey, come on over here, man. You want to see something weird, man?
Yeah, check this out, man.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm on a very important appointment.
Hey, horseradish, man.
Yeah,
You want to buy some
What?
horseradish, man?
Horseradish?
Horseradish stuff is really hot.
You want to smoke? Come on over here, man. No, come on, man.
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Try some, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's good shit, man.
Oh, yeah, pussy. You pussy. Try some horseradish, man.
No,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
New shit, man.
Come on, man. Try it.
That old shit's no good, man. Try this. It's fine chopped.
Come on, come on. No, come on.
Yeah, come on, man.
Horseradish, man. Come on.
Yeah,
You know you want some.
Yeah, it's good shit, man.
Get you hot, man. Horseradish make you really hot.
And here we are.
And here we are.
We are back, and back.
That's pretty back.
Oh, yeah.
About as back as you can get, I suppose.
You go back.
We are so back, it's like we never left.
if you can go back any further, you're back further than we've ever been.
You know, I like these. I like this beer, this shock top. I like this cap.
It's a pretty neat cap. Yeah, some of them are pretty blasé.
You know, some people collect caps.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe I'll start doing that.
That'd be a pretty cool
For some
idea.
reason.
Yeah. I wonder if you could. You know what you could do? You could actually write to like Budweiser or Heineken or whoever and ask them to send you a bunch of caps for your collection.
Really, they do that?
I don't see why not. They must have massive of these rings.
Tim, how do you come up with these amazing ideas? You
Oh,
are
well,
like
that'd be really pretty cool. Then you could have, at the studio here, over the years, we could have like a backdrop of caps.
you are the idea guy, Tim.
Oh,
That's
that'd
what
be
you
great. I mean, I'd love that.
Well, hopefully people can hear us over the sound of the heavy traffic going by. We're actually on this huge highway here. Even though we're thousands and thousands of yards from the highway, there's like 25, 60 lanes, and it's so much traffic going by.
Zing, zing, zing,
Actually,
zing, zing.
I just made that up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
It seems like there's a lot of traffic going by.
Well,
So,
Yeah.
hey, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we want to talk about. Let's get a little slightly serious.
Yeah,
here,
it's not
if we
serious.
can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I better. You know what? I should have a sip of this beer to help me
Sure.
become more serious.
I agree.
Drink responsibly.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's something I saw on the side of a beer truck.
Oh, it said drink responsibly. Yeah,
It profoundly affected me, and I wanted to pass it on.
I agree. I drank too much water.
It's
today.
important to pass things on. Sometimes water, you know. You don't want
If you
to.
don't pass things on, you're going to be passing them up.
You're gonna have trouble.
Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of, well, all right. I was gonna say, speaking of passing water, pissing on things. Speaking of pissing on things, actually,
Yeah.
Tim, of course, is the exalted poobah of the Appalachian Trail Shelter, the RPA shelter,
You're right here in
our local Mike and Tim town.
right,
Which
exactly.
is
Should we name the town?
no,
No.
it's the RPA shelter.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Go look it up.
Yeah, if you're on the Appalachian Trail, you know RPH.
Google it.
Yeah,
You know what? It's funny.
yeah.
You think doctors are like smart, right?
Well, I would agree. Yes, to a
Because
certain
they
extent.
operate on. You'd hope they were smart. Let's
Yeah,
put it
right.
that way,
Because they're operating on you and they screw up, you're dead. They're still alive.
last week I had 3 different doctors ask me how they restart a computer, and one of them said, actually, how do you shut it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. There's a switch, and there's also something called a plug.
Well, actually, I told him, I said that you can do this, or you can just use the magic finger. And the guy goes, what do you mean the magic finger? And I was like, power button, you know. But isn't that a little scary?
Yeah, because if they are up there, a highfalutin individual making, say, salary-wise, say they make $100,000 a year, but they can't turn the computer off. So what does that mean for general society?
It means we're circling the drain, I think is what it means. Now, how does this relate to the RPA shelter?
Well,
You may be asking yourself.
you can think about it this way.
Probably not.
Okay, here we go. Scenario.
Here we go.
Shelter has been there about 1980. Okay.
Mhm.
All these hikers are walking north.
Right, this is RPH shelter, Ralph's Peak Hikers.
So these people are staying at the shelter.
Good old Ralph.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, maybe they move in next door. Hey, this is a great
Mr.
location.
and Mrs. Smith, that figures, because those people are always a problem.
Yeah, right. The Joneses moving.
The Joneses.
Yeah, that's a generic name for the people.
troublemakers.
Right, exactly. So they move in, everything's happy-dory. All of a sudden, over the years,
Isn't there a song about Mrs. Jones?
me and Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones. This guy
Mrs.
says,
Jones.
see, there's
She's
trouble.
his wife. That's what the song's about.
And of course, there's that thing everybody says, keep it up with the Joneses.
Right, exactly.
So obviously, these
Edith
people are-
Wharton. Edith Wharton's original name
if
was Jones.
only it was known.
That is true.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
go back
go
to the
ahead.
original story.
Go on.
So what happens after a while? We get all these hikers, and the people who live in the surrounding area are all happy.
Are you keeping this concise? Because we want to keep
Yeah.
this concise and informative.
They're all happy. Everybody's there. All of a sudden, the hikers start going up. The numbers starting to
You're
increase.
setting the like a master storyteller. Tim sets the stage with
Ooh.
theatrics.
Then what happens? The people next door,
Don't like it anymore. There's too many of them. And they're scary. They're smelly people and they
Well,
don't wash.
The smelly part,
Ooh.
I can sympathize with the smelly part, but the scary part, I don't know.
And then what happens? They find something on the road of a supposed legal nature.
We need organ music.
Yeah. So,
Evil lurks in the shadows.
well, so
Maybe-
then
Maybe other places.
they call their good buddy, the highway super guy. He says, we're going to scare away all these people. We're going to put up no parking signs. So no one can park there anymore. But we've been doing this for 30 years. And everybody's in bed together.
Well,
This
that's
is-
not everybody.
Well, they're all
Certain parties-
collusion
Yeah,
together.
there's a lot of collusion going on.
They're all collusion, just
Right
like
here in town.
right here in town.
Not even in Washington,
Yeah.
D.C.
They're all happy, friendly
We call
people.
that local collusion.
Local
That's
collusion,
what the
exactly.
scientists call it.
Therefore, you can't park on the road anymore. No parking. Because we put up all the signs to chase people away, but you know what happens? You chase them away, they don't buy pizza anymore. The hikers don't stop by in town and spend money anymore. Then the whole thing is not in my neighborhood.
NIMBY.
I don't want it there. Chase it away into someone else's neighborhood and let them deal with it.
I thought you were going to keep this concise
It is.
and informative.
The size part and informative is we don't like it. We
It's
never will, and we were not going to put up with it.
All right,
Eventually,
so-
it would change.
Maybe I should translate for
Thank you.
normal people.
For
Although, as my wife reminded me tonight, I'm in my own world, so maybe I'm not.
you can be a little more precise in the situation than I am, except for the fact that
I think
I'm unhappy with it.
she may have been saying it tongue in cheek. But anyway,
Tongue in cheek? Go ahead.
what was I saying? What?
More precise information than I can deliver because I'm too emotionally involved in this situation.
What information are we talking about?
We're talking about the road
Oh,
closure.
yeah, okay. So here's the story from a normal point of view. A hypodermic syringe of some type, of unknown type and origin and content, was found on the road, I think, right? Near the shelter and near certain unnamed local nearby neighbors' property lines, seemingly.
Correct.
Which makes sense because they're neighbors. They live there. Okay, so the some of the aforementioned neighbors raised a bit of a ruckus, and together in some collusive, is collusive a word?
Yeah, collusive situation.
A collusive situation erupted. That's right. That's good, right?
That is correct.
Collusive situation erupted, whereupon, that's a good word too.
Whereupon,
Collusive situation erupted, whereupon the county highway
the
feller,
town
highway guy, supervisor, brought some boulders in and used them to block parking access on the side of the road to the shelter, which has been available literally ever since it was there.
Right.
You know, the hikers on various functions, annual and monthly, weekly functions, different things. The club, Tim has the club, different things they do there. That people would park there. It's not easy sometimes to park inside the shelter for a variety of reasons. Now, the shelter has been, I won't say plagued. Plagued isn't the right word, but the shelter has been visited with vandalism on occasion.
That is correct.
And it seems unlikely that the majority of vandalism and distress is caused by the hikers, because they're, most of them aren't like that, and they're using the facility.
Yeah, they're not going to
Well,
vandalize
that's
someplace to stay.
Yeah, there's kids that go down to the water, to the
Right.
bridge over the water, bridge that Tim's club built with help from hikers and others. And they're partying or whatever. They're having a few beers, and most of them don't bother anybody. They're local kids. They're just looking for a place to hang out and have a beer or whatever, and they go about their business. They're probably drinking semi-responsibly, like the sign on the truck says.
Yes.
But somewhere along the line, you always get a few bad eggs, and they've had some instances where the shelter's been damaged, things been torn up and ripped up and banged up and whatnot. So this shelter, see, the thing with this shelter is for you hiker folks out there, is that it's got a lot of neighbors. Oh, yes.
Oh.
To your liver. It's got neighbors close by, and a lot of shelters on the AT aren't like that. But in our neck of the woods here in the Northeast, in New York State, quite a good deal of the AT actually runs either right by people's backyards or nearby.
The road
That's
crossings.
as Tim likes to say, that is the nature of the beast. Actually, it's the nature of geography here, I suppose, really.
Yes, absolutely.
But irrespective of that, it's national park property. So anyways, when this hypodermic syringe, this supposed hypodermic syringe was found with its increasingly suspect owner, I don't believe any tests were done to see if there was heroin or something in there. I mean, how do we know it was some kind of diabetes medicine or some shit? Or how do we know it wasn't planted there for nefarious reasons? Nefarious purposes. And there's no evidence of that, of course.
Right.
Because there's apparently no evidence. It was just found and complained about, and then hold on, no parking signs with them, blah, blah, blah. Which makes things a lot harder. Because the aforementioned vandalism on the shelter, they lock the gate that lets people in there. Now, obviously, you can park outside and go in there and cause vandalism. And maybe now that's a little less likely to happen, I suppose.
Right.
But not necessarily. But it does inconvenience the hikers a lot. How many hikers would you say, Tim, in your professional, skillful, and experienced opinion, professional, skillful, and experienced now, all three,
Right.
how many pass through, I suppose for a year, approximately?
Probably a good 2,000 hikers.
Okay, 2,000 hikers come through and hit the local economy.
Yep.
Now, you might be thinking, well, the pizza place gets a boost, and certainly that's true. But there's a lot more to it than that, there's a lot more to it than that. There's
The pizza place gets business. The person working in the pizza place, the waitress, the people, the owners, they all take that money and they pump that back into the economy. That makes a big, huge difference. Really, the interesting point about this whole story is, if it wasn't for a certain political connection over there with some of the outward-speaking neighbors, that wouldn't even exist at all.
Well, the neighbors that live there, obviously they have an interest in what's going on. But I think the point is, first of all, the hypodermic syringe in question is unlikely to have come from a hiker, because I'm pretty sure that you can probably count on one hand the number of hikers who are hiking the trail and using heroin in some kind of regular. It just seems extremely unlikely.
You're not gonna. Let me shoot up here for the next 5 months while I walk to Maine.
It more than likely came from some local person who maybe tossed it out the window of the car as they went by, or maybe they were wandering around. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But it's more of a local problem than a national park problem. So we'll talk more about this when we're not drunk, I suppose. But now we want to continue on with something a little more fun.
Right.
And what we're going to talk about now is about northbounders and southbounders.
Yeah.
Most people hike the trail from the south to the north.
North, right.
What time they usually start off, average, in Georgia?
Okay, the average start in Georgia is, say, between March and April.
Very good.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Now, some people like to hike southbound.
Right.
Southbounders.
What they would do is go to Mount Katahdin, Maine, and hike south. But the drawback is, if you get up, they had a very heavy winter up there, which means you can't start until July because the snow's not melted yet. The other thing that makes it really sucky.
Oh, really sucky.
Is the black flies. All this boggy stuff up in Maine, these little tiny bugs for about 100 miles. You get your face annihilated by these little tiny bugs. They piss everybody off.
Wow.
No, they're called no-see-ums. They get into all kinds of orifices in your body and bite. That sucks about that part of South Bend.
I bet it does.
But the best part about that is,
what is the best part?
When you get all the way through and you're walking all the way to Georgia, if you get there early, you get to see the fall into Georgia. If you get there really late, you might even see springtime again by the time you get to Georgia.
I think one of the best things might be, though, for you Southbounders is less competition for the privy.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
And by privy, I mean outhouse.
Right. Or Dunny or Lou or whatever you want to call it, whichever particular, you know.
I don't like Dunny. Is that an Australian one?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh,
Dunny.
what is it with these Australians? They're on the other side of the planet, and they're going to try and change the English language. They're so far removed from Western civilization, they're going to come up with all these words that don't even mean anything.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. You go to England and you ask for
I'm a little
little
ticked off at these Australians. I think we ought to speak to a representative of Australia. Perhaps an Australian citizen would volunteer to represent their country and come on the show and tell us what the hell is going on with some of these dumb words they've come up with.
Well, really, check it out. You go to England, and it's Lou.
And of course, they'll get a free Mike and Tim T-shirt, Mike and Tim Show T-shirt. For,
Do we have any?
No, but you know, if they were to come on. The other thing is, starting next month, listeners of the Mike and Tim Show could win hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, I'm not kidding. Tim, don't laugh. It's absolutely true. Not from us, of course, but maybe if they played a lotto or something, I don't know. All right.
Maybe it'd be like a coincidence. They'll win hundreds of thousands of dollars while listening to the Mike and Tim Show.
That's what I was trying to.
Relate to. Yeah.
It is possible, and so I mean, it's just another reason to watch the show regularly.
Because you're gonna lose out if you don't. I tell you, that's
Seemingly.
the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. Okay, and
That's just the way it is.
moving right along. Now we are going to have our beer review of the beer for the Hudson Valley Breweries.
The Hudson Valley
Beacon
Brewery
Yard.
beer, yeah.
An interesting IPA. They came in a can. They filled up on the spot.
Yeah,
but I'll let Tim explain it in the bit.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna let you explain.
Oh,
the bit.
explain the bit?
Yeah.
The
You're
bit
like the star of this bit because you bought the beer. I think.
Yeah, I did. They sure as hell didn't give it to me.
It was a big can of IPA. Beer.
IPA.
And it had a handwritten label, and it said the name of the beer was "Feel No Way." That's what it said. "Feel No Way," and I don't like that title.
You'd think they could come up with something better, like
I would like
no
a better
damn
title.
feeling whatsoever.
And I would like a better label too. I'd like an actual label.
Yeah, like an actual label, like when we got an actual label, like
I was going to say, if they want to, they could use a picture of us in the show, like a show logo, as their label.
It'd be a heck of a lot better.
They could call it Mike and Tim Show Beer or Mike and Tim IPA.
Or they could
keep it. They could keep it the same. It's up to them.
They could just call it Mike and Tim.
No pressure. Okay, no pressure.
It would be much better.
They could just use our picture.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot more entertaining.
Thumbs up kind of thing, maybe. Like, that's another thing I want to start doing, which we haven't done yet, but we'll start doing with the next show.
Yeah,
we'll have a thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, depending on the particular topic there.
By the way, a lot of people have been emailing and asking, when are you guys going on hiatus? Because I want to go on vacation with my family, but I don't want to miss the show.
They can take it with them.
Well, that's the thing. You can take it with you. It's mobile. But I think we're going to take July off.
That's true.
So if you folks out there are hesitant to take a vacation because you don't want to miss the Mike and Tim Show, which is understandable.
Well, you got to remember, too, we also have the big old Appalachian Trail Project the third weekend of July.
Oh, boy, it's going to be exciting.
So, you never know. We could actually be live from the Appalachian Trail Project.
Maybe.
So that's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
So
we're still negotiating the contract terms.
Yeah.
We're not offering a lot of money yet.
Yeah.
Actually, it'll be more like food.
Yeah, well, that's what we handle that.
All right, so what are we doing now?
What do we discuss?
The beer review we're going
Oh,
to do.
yeah, the beer review for the Hudson Valley Brewery.
How could you have forgotten?
I was relying on you to, be instrumental there.
Jim, you have to become self-sufficient. You can't rely on me for every little thing.
If I did that, we'd be broke.
This moment
Whatever
of
this is.
good life advice is brought to you by the Mike and Tim Show.
Hide here.
All right, so we appreciate your hanging on during that maybe slightly boring.
Let me get that tick out of my head.
Yeah, that would be probably a good idea. Slightly boring hiker stuff. If you're not a hiker, you might find it a little boring.
But if you are,
But this is going to be really good because everybody loves beer. Well, unless you don't.
Unless you're an alcoholic.
But you probably know somebody who likes beer. So here we go. Well, if you're an alcoholic, maybe you might want to tune out.
Yeah, really. That would not be good for an alcoholic to understand.
Fair
warning.
warning.
Wait a minute, though. If you're an alcoholic, you probably drink anything anyway. So it really doesn't make a right side of the difference.
If you're a recovering alcoholic, then fair warning.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are.
What's with the bird situation here? With
Oh,
the
there's just
tail
birds.
in there,
It's just a bird on the screen. I don't know what. I told you. I think he's waiting to poop on somebody.
Oh.
Speaking of poop, this beer is not poop.
No,
this
it's
is,
not. This is what
this is from the Mid-Hudson,
where is it?
Hudson Valley Brewery.
The Hudson Valley Brewery down in Beacon, New York.
Yeah.
I would call this Feel No Way Pilsner. I would call this a very sophisticated Budweiser.
What do they mean by feel no way exactly?
Well, if you drink 2 of these, you probably can't feel any way in order to get yourself across the street or out into your bed at the end of drinking a couple of these. Yeah, I think they're good.
It does taste like a really good Bud.
Yeah.
Like a better Budweiser.
A better Bud, yeah.
If Bud made like an IPA type. This is an IPA. It's a Pilsner.
Yeah.
It's 5% alcohol, and it looks like 5.13 gravity.
What's that mean?
I forget.
Well, the higher the gravity is, the faster it goes to the
Not
floor.
center of gravity, but yeah, liquid gravity. Like how much heavier it is in water, I think is how that works.
Well, if your water percentage is
I used
like,
to know this.
say for instance, if your water percentage is like a quarter of the can, does that mean the rest of it's beer?
It's not a water percentage. It's a specific gravity. That's what it is.
A specific gravity.
Specific gravity, and it's the weight as compared to the weight of water of the same volume.
Okay.
I just remembered.
Wow, hey, that's exciting. Now, if that's true, then the amount of alcohol in the actual beer could be relatively calculated to the amount of alcohol in mead beer.
I don't know about that. But what I do know is that other things like heavy malts, like dark beers, have a higher specific gravity usually.
But they taste
No.
better.
Well,
IPAs like this one
this
are
one-
okay, but I prefer like a more, malty beer with more robust flavor.
Me too. This isn't bad though.
No.
This is the label. This is like a stick-on label. So they just filled this, right?
They filled it.
They
made
filled
the-
this right in front of you.
Made the can, everything right down in there.
From like a keg type thing they filled.
Yeah,
Dispenser.
I'm really happy with the fact that they've actually they've occupied one of the old buildings down there in Beacon. They've got a good beer. They got a good product. It's excellent. I was really happy with that. I mean, they got a good, kind of like the sun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about this label unless they have like a bottle or something with a better version of it. I mean,
No, they're cans.
I think they should do. Yeah, I know, but I
They
mean,
do
it looks like. I mean, it just looks like somebody printed this label up on their computer or something.
They probably did.
Well, it shouldn't look like that. Though.
What I would actually
That's just
prefer
my feeling.
is like a now if you had a logo for Beacon.
maybe a little more something from Beacon. Live from Beacon.
Yeah, it's what I would actually do. I'd have like Mount Beacon here. I'd have like the casino up in the top.
like
With,
that.
and they would call it Incline Beer.
Incline beer. That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
That's kind of a clever name because the more you drink, the more you're
yeah, right.
inclined to drink more.
The more you're inclined, you have to be able to get up to the top.
Well, that's a good logo, actually. They might want to borrow this.
Yeah,
Well, they could have it.
yeah, Incline Beer.
The more you drink, the more inclined you are to drink more.
Exactly,
Incline beer.
Incline Beer.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, don't take the incline up after having a few of these.
Do not take on the space shuttle, or do not take to the space station.
Don't take the like the trolley car all the way from the bottom of Mount Beacon. down by the river, all the way to the top to the incline and back.
Here's an interesting science question for somebody to answer.
Really?
If you had to say
The hell is that?
construction in the studio
Oh.
next to us,
Right. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
That's the way it
the
goes
lady
here.
room. Another show over there called the lady room.
Right.
Well, we got a chair from them though. We were asked to mention the chair. Actually, my wife asked me to specifically mention the chair.
The chair, yeah.
Tim's chair provided by my wife.
She gets credit for the chair.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You mentioned something about beer or something we were going on about.
Well, I know that, but could you be a little more specific?
We got a beer on the beer. We got a bird on the screen here. It looks like he's about ready to take a dump.
Well,
I'm not happy with the logo at all.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know. This looks like 3 mountains, water, and the moon. It's simple. It's okay, but it doesn't inspire anything.
I completely forgot what I was talking about.
I don't know. I know you mentioned that, so I was kind of.
Yeah, I mentioned my disappointment with the overall label.
I think like they could have like the Sloop Clearwater on here.
I gotta say though that the beer certainly tastes better than the label.
Oh, well, you've been chewing
This
on the
beer
label?
is worth a really good label, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. Yes, it's better than Boofweiser.
It's the best Pilsner to come out of Beacon, I would think.
I would agree with you 100%. Actually, the building that they're in, sort of like an addition
Yeah,
to
it tastes very good. It's very
one of
fresh.
the old buildings. It's probably Carnegiener's, hat shop in the 1940s. So
I sure wish I could.
Right.
Um,
We're not doing good today. I don't know.
I sure
I'm
wish I
kinda
could
here
remember what I
to
was
this,
talking about.
It's sort of like a diagram with all the beer prices on it. And I said, well, I forgot my glasses. And he goes, what about a German beer? Do you guys have a German-style beer? He said, well, we got this IPA. I said, okay, give me a couple of them. So I was expecting him to hand me a couple bottles, which bottles are a more traditional style brewery type thing. So he picks up this aluminum can out of top. I'm like, what the hell's he going to do with that? He fills the thing up, slaps the top on it, cleans it off, takes it over to this capping machine, pulls the handle down, and goes, "Rrrr." Done. Here's your beer. Like, okay. So they actually show you how they bottle the can, how they brew it, how they cap off the cans all in one shot, which is kind of neat because it's sort of a one-off type thing. They're selling it right then and there. So I was kind of impressed with the whole idea. Usually you go buy a can of beer and you look at it and go, oh yeah, here's the can. It's all put together. They actually show you how they manufacture the cans. They put the lids on. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad.
All right, so I don't remember what it was I was
I'm
going to
not
mention.
sure about this though.
All right, so I
That's the beer
I forgot
review.
again what I was going to say. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's the end of the beer review.
Yeah. Anyway, well, let's make sure we clarify this. Hudson Valley Brewery from Beacon, New
From
York.
Beacon, New York. You can look that up on your internet
You
if you have such advanced technology in your neck of the woods.
never
You know,
know.
a new thing that'll probably catch on not long in the future from now is drinking and unicycle. People unicycling from place to place.
Yeah, but what if they got arrested for that?
For what? Unicycling?
Yeah, unicycling drunk.
Why? Not enough wheels? Oh, because they're drunk.
Yeah.
Well, public drunkenness you can get arrested for anytime.
Yeah, but there would be a special, what about the other thing? A car. They got these new automations for cars that do all the thinking for you.
Well, not all of thinking.
Well, they're coming out with all these new cars that can do most.
I think you have to do some things for you.
Well, a car that drives itself.
I'm pretty sure you got to take care of yourself in the bathroom, for instance. The car doesn't follow you in.
Well, what about this? You got a bunch of people in the car.
It might
They're
be
all
something
drunk.
They could work on.
Everybody's trashed. Please drive me home. We're up, turn on the car. Everybody's trashed in the back. They're having a party. Well, the car drives you home.
Drives everybody home and drops them off one at a time?
Yeah.
Sure.
And
It's not so far-fetched.
the car drives in your driveway. Yeah, but how do you get a DWI? Is the car going to get arrested for the DWI? Remember, the driver's not driving anymore. The car is driving.
Well, they'll probably come up with some kind of thing where the car will drive itself if you're drunk, but it won't let you drive. It won't let you take over if you're drunk. So it'll take you home. Well, there's probably a spot
and
for the
that's it.
straw right in the center of the steering wheel. Boink, it comes out. Oh, all right, you're not driving. Where do you want to go?
Sir, you're drunk. I will do the manual driving for you.
You can go to the police station or home, and optional stop at Burger King is allowed on the way.
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts now. Beer and Dunkin' Donuts. Remember that years ago? Hey, what are we going to do tonight? Let's go to Dunkin' Donuts and drink beer. What a lousy combination. Like,
Who said that?
oh, we used to do that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, well, maybe you didn't, but we did.
Well, that's weird. No, I think that's weird.
Chicks, Dunkin' Donuts, and beer. What a combination.
All right, so anyway, before, I was thinking if the car pulls up to let's say
Yeah.
you're all drunk,
Yeah,
and the car pulls up to a drive-through, like Burger King or something.
yeah.
It's going to drop everybody home, but first everybody gets to stop at Burger King. And
Yeah, you got to get your burgers, your fries.
How long is the car willing to wait at the drive-thru while these drunks decide what they want before it decides, all right, you know, I'm just taking everybody home here. Fuck this shit. So what would it do? It'd be like, please expedite your order. You know.
No. Please take your order before I have to drive you home. We may run out of gas.
Or some kind of DWI waiver that allows the car to take over and just be like, all right, whatever, we're going home. Are you ready to leave yet? No, we need a couple more minutes. All right, I want, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the car's like, please expedite your order. Meanwhile, the person inside is like, you know, who's that talking? Oh, it's a car.
Yeah, the car.
What does he want?
The car will pull up to the front to take the order.
I would like a pint of oil. All right, so I guess we're wrapping up the beer review now.
Yeah, that was all about the beer, and they
all about. Well, it was mostly about the beer.
Let me see. What's
Hudson Valley's Brewery, right?
Hudson Valley Brewery, New York. What's about Beacon, New York?
Beacon, they got to work on this label. Though.
Yeah, the label's a little bit.
But I would not have don't let the label put you off from trying it because it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a.
If you like hops.
It's a very sophisticated IPA.
Yeah, it's a good IPA, but it's not too hoppy strong. Like it's not, some of those beers where the hops are in the title, like Hop Madness. Yeah. Like you're like, oh no, I'm not drinking that shit.
Remember that beer I got years ago called Divorce Ale?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh God.
Or what? No, it was Alimony Ale.
Alimony Ale, yeah. I brought 2 beers. God,
horrible.
That was disgusting. It was out of Iowa or some bullshit.
It doesn't matter where it was from. It was disgusting.
And here we are, everybody. Hi, I'd like to introduce my good friend here, Psychic Bob.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Bob, what's on the list tonight? What kind of subject are we talking about?
I figured I'd come over and have a look. See, everybody's talking about this this here thing with. You all right there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm all right, Bob. I'm okay. I'm fine.
Everybody talking about this here thing between Trump and Russia.
Yes, right.
Russia versus Trump thing.
Yeah.
And so I figured I'd use my spooky psychiness to find out what's really going on, if there is anything going on at all. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, TMC, I gotta tell you that, just because a feller is psychic, I don't always remember everything I'm supposed to do. Now, see, the problem is, I ain't got no raspberry iced tea tonight.
So
I spent 2 days not eating really nothing at all. Well, not eating much of nothing. I kind of fasted. Well, kind of fasted. You know what I mean?
What's that got to do with this?
Well, because I'm getting ready for my special psychic ability tonight. See, so I've been fasting. See, so I abstained from Snickers bars for the past 2 days. That's one of the ways I fast. And I didn't.
Good advice.
I didn't have no dessert either. So I mean,
very good advice.
I suppose you could say I was roughing it. You know what I'm saying? But tonight I'm supposed to have a raspberry iced tea so that I could zoom in and really focus my spooky psychic powers to see what's going on, if there's anything going on between Trump and that Putin feller.
Oh yeah, Putin. Yeah, Putin, yes.
That's that Russian feller.
Yes.
He's kind of in charge over there.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin.
He's got the keys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's holding the Kremlin keys.
That's what my dad used to say. He used to say, whoever's got the keys, he's the one that's driving.
Right.
Usually my dad had the keys.
Yeah. Oh, that is correct. What's going to happen here? We're going to get Psychic Bob's lowdown on the situation.
See, Tim, one of the problem here, as I was starting to say, is I ain't got no raspberry iced tea, so I have to make do with a lesser beverage.
Oh, very good.
Now, see, my wife, Mrs. Bob.
Right.
She said to me, well, if you're so psychic, how come? Well, see, the thing is, let me back up a little bit.
Right.
The Psychic Bob's backing up. I'm backpedaling a little bit.
Backpedaling.
That's about far enough, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not enough far. Let me go back a little more. Okay. So I said to her, maybe maybe you could pick me up a raspberry iced tea when you get back from this here birthday party.
Right.
You know that you going to.
Yes.
And because I forgot to, I stopped. You know, but I didn't get no raspberry iced tea.
That could cause a major disgruntlement.
I could also use a peach iced tea too. They work pretty good too, but I forgot iced tea altogether, Tim. So, but I did have some of this here diet soda. Now, diet soda, it don't work as good as raspberry iced tea, but it's better than nothing. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, I don't like that
Better than
diet soda stuff myself. But I hear Psychic Bob over here is fine with diet soda for these Psychic Bob.
So my wife said to me, she said, if you're so dang psychic, how come you forgot to pick up some raspberry iced tea? You know, and I was a little incensed, you know, Tim. It seemed like a bit of a lack of
social responsibility.
No, that's not the word I was going to use. I was going to say, you know, it was just mean. It's kind of mean, you know. Because I don't know. I don't know why I forgot to pick up the raspberry iced tea. I was thinking about it. I thought about it several times, you know. At least once. Probably.
Twice?
I think I wrote it down even.
3 times maybe?
Well, I thought about writing it down. Let me put it that way.
All right.
I thought about remembering it, but I just didn't remember to think about remembering it enough in order to remember it. You know, so the end result, of course, being
you didn't remember
I
it.
didn't get no iced tea. So here I am trying to use my spooky psychic powers, and I just got me some diet soda. So, you know, I'm going to do the best I can, Tim.
All right, Bob. So what do you think, Bob? So what do you think the situation is with Putin Nation and Trumpus?
Well, I got to Trumpus. That's an interesting word.
Yeah, Trumpus.
I got to tune in my spooky psychic powers, Tim.
Tune in, Bob. Whatever you need to do, tune in.
It's getting warm in here. You need all these lights in here, Tim?
Yes, we need lights for heat and consideration.
How you know you need them?
It makes me feel better.
Does it really?
Yes.
Pretty warm in here, Tim.
It's nice
It's
and
not,
warm.
It's not nice to treat your guests like this with the, you know. How come you don't have no raspberry iced tea when I stop by? You asked me to come over here and do this here.
I had beer.
That ain't iced tea.
Well, Bob, I never got into raspberry iced tea myself.
All right.
So would you please give us your prediction for Putin Nation and the Trumpus?
One of the things I like to do is use my new tool. I got this here thing that was given to me by a dear friend.
What is it?
Well, it's a special tool, Tim.
Please explain the operation.
See, this is here is what it is. It's one of those Chinese meditation objects.
Oh, is that new spinners they've been coming out with? The kids are all excited about.
And the nice thing about this is he also doubles as a corkscrew.
Oh.
So it's very handy.
Dual purpose things.
But what I'm going to do now is just use this to try to amplify my spooky psychic powers, you know, and see if I can see what's going on.
If you screw that into your head.
I can't do this if you're going to keep talking, Tim.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Zip, zip. I got to hang on. Zip, zip, zip. Whoop. I see the president. I see President Trump. I see the back of his head. I don't know. Is that one of them there toupees, or is that there his real hair? Let me zoom out a little bit. Zip, zip. Oh, he's drinking a nice tea, Tim. Looks like he's drinking a raspberry iced tea. You know, I wish I had me a raspberry iced tea, Tim. I feel, you know, as a professional psychic, Tim, I feel that if I had me a raspberry iced tea, I would probably be a lot more, you know, unfocused here. I got this diet soda, which is okay. It's all right, but you know, you can't beat the raspberry iced tea. Or in a pinch, the peach iced tea is also very effective for my psychic powers. But Tim, I like to
What?
I like to give it my all, so to speak.
Yeah, if you go do that, Bob, that will be very good. Go right ahead.
Tim, let me try and zoom in on that Putin feller.
Oh yeah. Here we are. He's going to be Psychic Bob is going to be zooming in on the Putin fellow.
Which way is Russia, Tim? It's kind of north, right?
No, that would be direct to west.
Oh, well, you go that.
So get your west spooky thing on, and we'll check it out.
All right, here we go now.
He's going to buy back Alaska. That's what I heard.
Oh, I see a closet, Tim. No, it's not a closet. It's like a, what's one of those rooms where people put their coats?
Cloakroom.
Cloakroom. It's one of them big It's a very big room. Very big room. It's in Russia somewhere. And I think I see him. I got the back of his head again. Oh,
are you in the Kremlin?
He's losing his hair. He's losing his hair, Tim. He needs some of that Rogaine. They must have that in Russia, don't they? Rogaine?
Yeah, they probably have
some such.
Provogaine.
Maybe he should talk to Donald
CIA
Trump about
gain.
getting the hairpiece. Donald
KGB gain.
I don't know why he's. I think he's hiding in the cloak. Oh, Tim, he's drinking an iced tea too, Tim. He's drinking a peach iced tea, Tim. That's why he's hiding in the cloakroom, because he don't want nobody to see him drinking a fruit-flavored iced tea.
Because they normally drink vodka.
But if he only knew, Psychic Bob is fully approved of the fruit-flavored iced tea. Well, raspberry and peach, strawberry, I think is not traditional, and I don't know. I mean, I suppose it'd be okay.
Vodka.
No, Tim. That's not gonna work.
Strawberry vodka.
I need a little more of my diet soda.
This interview is going on and on and on with Psychic Bob. When this stops, nobody knows.
All right, Tim. Well, I appreciate you having me on.
Well, thank you very much, Psychic Bob.
So I think to sum up, what we know for sure is that President Trump prefers himself a raspberry iced tea,
and the dictator Putin.
That Putin feller, he seems to prefer a peach iced tea.
Well, that's fine.
So that's kind of like a scoop for a lot of you media folk out there.
Yeah,
wondering what does the president like to
for
drink?
the phony news people, so they can get that out there very quickly and make sure they do a collusion between themselves.
I heard in the press that they're laughing because the president likes to have ketchup on his steak. Well, what else would you put on a steak?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I like ketchup on steak.
Tim, do you know that ketchup is the state flower of Tennessee, where I'm from?
Really?
Ketchup is the state flower.
How does that work?
All I can tell you is what I know, Tim.
What state are you from?
Tim, it seems to me that you're asking questions that belong without an answer.
Well, we're doing our best here. I guess we'll have to wind down, Sergeant Bob.
All right.
Oh, Sergeant Bob, no.
No, I ain't no sergeant. I was in the military for about 2 weeks one time, Tim.
Ah, they let you go, hey?
Well, you see, the thing is, I joined the Navy.
Oh.
Because I figured it'd be an easy way to get across
the water.
Well, yeah, I wanted to go to Taiwan.
Oh, that works?
That was before I got married, because, now I'm a little more settled down.
You have responsibility.
But when I got in there, they started telling me, they kept saying, well, you're going to have to exercise, you got to get up at a certain time, put this underwear on. Who the heck are you talking to? I know when to change my underwear.
See you later.
That's what I said. I said, that must have been a mistake here. This is some kind of mistake. And they said, no, there ain't no mistake. And I said, oh, yes, there is. That's a story for another time, Tim.
Absolutely.
No, it is. That's a story for another time.
Well, we're going to have to say goodbye to
Before I leave, I hope you got some more of this here diet soda, because...
we sure do. Psychic Bob, thank you very much for stopping by. Yes. We sure do appreciate your
you're welcome.
Inspiring outlook.
Well, I'll see you later. I tried.
Something about
the crotch cooler.
Yeah, the crotch cooler. Hey, they just ain't working. The situation's too hot.
Seems to me that, especially in the summertime, sometimes it gets a little warm down there. And then, of course, we have a problem with it's a breeding ground for
all sorts of
smelly bacteria.
Yeah,
quite frankly,
all kinds of things in there.
You know what? Yeah, the cootie. That's where the cooties love that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want to stay cootie free in the summertime,
what you need
the crotch cooler is probably the way to go.
Oh,
now, the thing is, what kind would it be? Would it be like
and how
would it blow cool air? Like in the spacesuits, they actually have that. It blows cool air all out throughout your body.
Yeah, but how would you do that? I mean,
Maybe NASA would get involved in the construction of this.
also, you might have yourself a larger pair of pants, one of those canyon pants.
Well, you may not want anybody to know that you have the crotch cooler.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some kind of deal going on where if you advertise it, you know how like if you get an alarm at your house or
Right.
you're getting some siding done, the contractor puts his sign out there.
Yeah.
We're working on this stuff. All right.
Joe
Same
Schmo's Joe Schmo's
You
construction.
could have a patch on your butt or be wearing a shirt saying, I'm wearing the crotch cooler. My package is quite comfortable.
What's your problem?
And it's got the website address or something like that. And the guy gets it half price or maybe, who knows, free or something.
Yeah, maybe he gets to walk around with the crotch cooler.
Well, I think all the great slogans you can have on the shirt.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Ask me why my balls are nice and cool, or something like that.
I'm always ready. How about you?
Ask me why my nuts aren't roasting. Hey, whoa! What happened there, Tim?
Hey, we already ran that beautiful bean footage.
You know what? We've already run that beautiful bean footage. It's amazing how such professionals such as ourselves.
Hey, where do they get that? Where do they get that freaking dog anyway for that ad? They got the talking dog on there. The guy's really, the dog's trying to sell the bean footage. He's trying to sell the secrets. I want to know where they get that dog, where they get it to act like that.
Well, it's obviously the dog. He's one of those super dogs. He's intelligent. He probably negotiated his own contract. And everything.
He probably gets his own special doggy pad and his own special food. And, that's like Lassie. How many Lassies did they go through before they got rid of the show? Well, let me see. We did 13 Lassies, and
I hear yelling coming from downstairs in the studio. I think probably my wife yelling that you already done that bit. What's wrong with you? What the audience?
I'll be damned.
What the audience doesn't realize is it was a very cleverly engineered, on purpose accent. In other words, we did it on purpose.
Yeah.
So
what were we supposed to be doing next year besides
we
the intro?
had something else we were going to do, and for some reason, when the show started, I decided to do a few things out of order. Sometimes when you're an artist like we are,
you just flow.
You have to be flexible. You have to
flow.
Well, I don't know if you have to do whatever it is you're doing.
That's like Marty Short. You ever watch Marty Short from? Oh yeah, I gotta flow with everything. Flow. Shot and jump over a cliff.
I would have to say that
You never seen?
Yeah.
No. I mean, that's like my comments about the Poughkeepsie Railroad Bridge. They put like a concrete thing there. Then they advertise they're having a suicide convention walk. I mean, really, there's some sort of a problem there, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I really have to suicide prevention's great, but don't do it over top of a high structure. That's just not a good idea. That just increases people's, like, let's have a line up, okay. Those want to do a short jump, 20 feet out. Those interested in the full 200 feet, get right to the middle. I'm going to be blowing a whistle here, and, exactly 25 seconds. Everybody get up to jump. Those paying not to jump, please line up here $4 to watch the others doing it. You'll notice
very impressive, Tim.
Yeah, you notice at the bottom of the Hudson River, you notice the Coast Guard people there.
You're starting
ready to effect a rescue for those who survived.
I need to stop you before it gets any worse.
Go right ahead, because I plan to. It was really Splatty Daddy anyway.
I was going to say something, and
he was going to speak,
but it's too late now. All right, so for those of you who thought this couldn't get any worse,
we are going to.
By the way, we have extended the show using special executive privilege. Yes, a special executive privilege to extend the show, and we have currently extended the show by 23 minutes. And originally, I was planning to spend 5 minutes talking about how we'd extended the show 20 minutes, but that would yield only 15 minutes of potential comedy.
Right.
Unless I said potential, because we don't want to promise the moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've already got the Mars, so why go to the moon?
What I thought I would do instead of spending 5 minutes talking about how we extended the show was spend 6 minutes talking about how we were thinking about talking for 5 minutes about how we extended the show, but decided not to. So we are 3 minutes into that. We've got 3 more minutes to go. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how I've decided not to talk about
extending the show.
Extending the show for 6 minutes.
Yeah, because it could go 6 1/4 minutes about that.
Because, quite frankly, you get to a point where it just gets mad.
It's doing one of these routines. It's over the top, and it's 6 3/4 minutes.
It's just wrong. So
Yeah.
instead, I'm going to play this latest blog, which you can actually watch again if you're so
Blog.
inclined. You know,
A
because
blog?
we really need our plays. We got to get to 10,000 plays before we can make any real money.
Yeah, because what we're making right now is like $3.
We made a penny a day or two ago, which is strange because we haven't made, since they changed the thing, we haven't
Yeah.
gotten anything.
Wait a minute. If we made a penny, does that mean they chop it up into small pieces and mail us a penny, a piece of a penny?
I don't think so. No, you got to get $100 before they give you anything.
Oh,
Well, I can
God.
understand that. They don't want to be, you know.
well, do they mail
something
us the
like
money?
$2.
Or
No, it's going to go to a bank account.
it goes to a bit bank account, or it goes to a bank account?
It goes to
Bank?
a bank account,
A bank account.
which would hopefully be either mine or yours. That would be more convenient that way, wouldn't it?
Really? We could send it to a separate bank account where we become multi-millionaires.
Yeah, I think we have plenty of time to worry about that particular issue. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Oh.
I've got a comment. Hundreds of viewers are now commenting. Let me check the comments.
The comment is, it's Match Game 75 with Gene Rayburn.
I've got a live comment here, and hundreds of viewers.
Did somebody say,
All right, well,
shut
not
up
hundreds.
before you go too far?
Well, that's been said many times, particularly by YouTube. But no, this is. It says there's nothing funny about sweaty ball bacteria. Well, that's right, because that bit was really not a bit. It was a cleverly disguised
Bit of information.
Well, yeah, it was informative. It was a men's hygiene moment,
Yeah, of course.
and that's why YouTube shouldn't censor it, because
If you've got
all men,
swinging
even boys,
balls,
need to.
you need to have your stuff hydrated. It's like one of those radio shows from the 1940s.
Anyway, so
When you've got swinging balls,
yeah, I don't
make sure your stuff is hydrated.
even know what to say after that. So let's play this bit instead. This is us in our blog.
Our blog.
You know, I don't even know this. This
What the hell's
actually
a blog?
a blog is a
Sounds like, hi, I've got the blog. How about you? Yeah, I come down with it last week.
it's
I
an
mean-
online blog.
It sounds like a disease.
Commentary.
Hi, have you got the blog? Hi, baby. You want to come over?
Well, I had the blog, but we got rid of it. You know.
I had the
Went to
blog.
see the doctor.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, they got a shot they give you.
Yeah, really?
They told me to toss the needle out the window in front of the Appalachian Trail.
A very good idea, yeah.
So-
Toss your blog out the window.
I hear it happens a lot.
You know, all that.
People are constantly throwing hypodermic needles out the trail.
Got a hypodermic? Get rid of it on a down the road.
All right, so I'm going to play this blog now, and I have to say that it really isn't about anything, which is good because the whole title of it is a blog about nothing.
We are. There's company until we start to howl.
What else you got?
This is like playing. It's like playing. What's that instrument where it's laid out in front of you? A harp. It's oh shit! It's got a bunch of strings on it. And it's flat.
Many instruments do. You mean the steel, the lap guitar?
No, it's
People usually play with a slide.
No, it's got a whole bunch of. It's usually slotted like this.
Oh, that's an auto harp or a zither, maybe you're thinking of.
When I play my auto harp, I am okay. I like to play with my auto harp with all the kids all day.
You know you're holding that backwards, right?
Yeah, it makes it more interesting that way.
Well, it makes it something more confusing, possibly.
No, it's better that way. See, if you play it like this, it just doesn't make no
I
sense.
have to talk to my wife about that. This actually is a good time to talk to my wife about that because the other day I wanted to mention to her that I wanted to get a banjo.
When are you going to go on the
a new
road?
mandolin.
When are we going on the road with this?
Jim, I'm pretty close to the road right here. Anybody who wants to listen can just pull over and listen. I mean, I can even uncover the window and they can see me standing here playing.
You know what we ought to do?
Have
We
to
ought
make
to,
sure I
we ought
got
to build
something
an
on.
extension out here. We could sit
Like a
on
stage or something?
We could actually sit with our
traffic.
with our legs hanging over, and then we could do the show right out the window.
Well, only if my wife lets me buy the dulcimer I'm looking for. It's only $89,
Oh,
so it's less than $100. You know?
well, what kind of yeah, but what kind
It's
of
kind of a beginner dulcimer. You know, it's not a piece of crap, but it's not like it's made out of fiberboard. It's made out of real wood, and they're handmade.
oh, where are they from?
Virginia.
Oh.
I believe West Virginia. It comes in.
West Virginia. I hear they've got some interesting things in West Virginia.
Well, it's got nothing to do with the quality of the dulcimers.
I hear it does.
Anyway, I'm also thinking about getting an electric mandolin. Time to get a new
You
mandolin.
plugged it in?
Yeah, you can. You don't
You
have to.
plug it in your microwave?
Not usually, no. No.
Why don't they have an instrument that cooks while you're playing?
Well, that would be an interesting add-on, or maybe a popcorn maker.
Yeah, popcorn while you play. Give me my popcorn, baby. Play me some tunes right now.
I've also got my eye on a banjo. That's
Oh.
$229. Yeah,
$229?
nice 5-string banjo.
Yeah. Hey, you know, we go out on the road with our show, they're going to be instantly amazed at my musical talent.
But just those three things. If you're listening, honey, yeah, just those three things: the banjo, I'd say the mandolin,
Yeah.
and maybe the dulcimer at some point.
Give me a 1-2 beat there.
I would like to get a.
give me a beat. Roll 2 minutes, 2 unit 4. I don't know what the hell the rest of it went out the door.
I would like to get a tenor ukulele, which is it's actually a bigger ukulele, almost as big as this. And one of the nice things about it is adults can actually get their fingers in there.
Oh, get your fingers in there.
The small concert ukulele
Here we are.
is really, really tight.
I know what we should do. Here we are in Nashville now, in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, discussing with Chet Atkins all about the. Let me see, they're all dead.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know.
I don't even know what we are doing.
Well, we're here in downtown Nashville discussing my latest country album.
Let me see this thing.
Dead country singers.
I know a couple things I do.
What, dead country singers?
I don't know that song.
The singers, they're all from the country. They're all dead. They played music years ago. Now they're all just dead. They used to be on stage. Now they're all just dead.
Yeah, this is.
The penises aren't any good anymore.
This is just horrible.
Now they're all just dead.
I can't continue. This is horrible. Well, we're back, and yeah, that was rough, Tim.
Yeah, the dead country singers. I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't want to be rude, but your impression of a man with no musical talent is pretty impressive.
It's right up there on the top of the list. You know myself.
It's right up on the top of something.
The top of the pile, the cone of Pupio.
There's a particular pile, but hey.
Somebody's got to do it, I tell you. Somebody's got to do it.
So I think we really...
We've killed this.
We've killed this. Yeah, there's
El Splacho.
another one in the can, I like to say. You know? Another one in the can. Onwards, as Dave Pegg likes to say.
Onward, forever forward, we shall go and we shall conquer.
Onwards actually means the pub is opening up in a half hour, and can we please get finished up so that
we can get in there.
Pub activities can commence.
Well, you know, years ago in England, the pubs are closed in the afternoon for some oddball reason. Yeah, they open like till 12 and they close till 2. That's where the actual men would get something done at the factory.
Maybe so, yeah, maybe so. Well, so thanks for tuning in. This has been a good show.
We much appreciate you folks stopping by.
Everything seems to have gone very smoothly. Thanks for tuning in. It's pretty exciting, especially when people tune in.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing how that works, isn't it?
Hundreds of satisfied viewers now are going about the rest of their Saturday evening thinking, oh, man.
Life is good. We've just listened to the Mike and Tim show.
Or people who are really down and depressed on themselves thinking that they have I don't know, problems, no
Minutes-
talent, for instance,
Minutes
have
to
just said
live.
to themselves, "Holy shit! Look at these two assholes. They are the worst people we've ever seen. And if they can have fun, I guess maybe things aren't so bad for me."
Yeah, exactly. My job at McDonald's ain't so bad.
In our own way, we've been inspirational for
Hundreds.
hundreds of thousands. I was going to say.
Yeah, thousands because of people listening overseas.
Well,
Yeah.
tens of people, at least.
Tens of people.
Tens of people.
No, this is tens. So tens of people. Tens. Multiply those together and it's thousands.
Exciting. So, by the way, we're going to take July off from doing a live show, but we're going to have some blogs and other bits that will show up. So, if you've subscribed to us, you'll get notifications when those things pop up, and you'll be able to stave off the terrible feeling of loss that you'll no doubt receive when we've taken a little time off. But our long-suffering families are going to want to spend a little time with us this summer.
It makes a big difference. It really does, folks.
My wife and my son are a huge help. Well,
The other thing that's going to be
I just wanted to say
inspirational, we should tell them.
Oh, yes, really.
We might be doing a live show from the Appalachian Trail.
Yes. And, we're going to be doing some different things. And we might be doing like some kind of midnight show or late night show or something.
Midnight at the Oasis.
Who knows? Maybe we'll do some kind of breakfast show too.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would entail.
4 o'clock in the morning.
You know what's really funny is some of these people on YouTube who basically tell you the news that you could just go watch or read yourself.
Yeah, what's that?
Assuming you're not.
Is that another venue that you sit there with the New York Times and go, today on page number 16 of the New York Times, Trump did this and Putin did that. And after a while, you're like, shut him off. Who cares?
Speaking of shutting off. All right, I think we're done. It's getting warm in here, and we got to kill these lights.
You know, it gets hot in the studio when you got a lot of hot air floating around.
Well, fortunately, we're pretty cool, so.
Yeah, we're cool as a cucumber.
For a couple hours.
When's the last time you heard of somebody saying cool as a cucumber? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
10 seconds ago, I guess.
Yeah, cool as a
Now,
cucumber.
isn't a cucumber a gourd as well? You see, various gourds keep popping up here on the show.
Oh, what's wrong with your gourd? Well, it's all wilted and shriveled up.
I will find a website entitled Various Gourds.
Various gourds.
It might be a band. It's one of those new wave bands. Who'd you go see last night? Various Gourds was playing at the.
Yeah, I hear they're all
yeah.
dried up now. They're seedless.
Not pumpkins, though.
No, pumpkins rot. If pumpkins were a gourd, and you could preserve them and dry them.
I'm telling you, a pumpkin is a type of gourd.
Yeah, but how do you dry a pumpkin? So you can pick it up and shake it after it's all done.
I didn't. All I said was I think a pumpkin is a type of gourd. I don't know. I'm not the pumpkin expert. I'm not Mr. Tom Pumpkin, who is going to give you all the pumpkin facts.
Oh, that's the guy who's showing up the next weekend. The
Pumpkin
next show.
points. Yeah,
Tom Gourd.
He'll be on. Tom Gourd will be on next week. Mr. Pumpkin himself.
Yes.
He's kind of like the Johnny Appleseed of pumpkins.
Yeah, he can tell us all we want to know about planting, how to get the most out of your garden, how to put your appropriate weed seeds next to your tomato seeds to get them cross-pollinated. That way you can have a high salad at the same time without anybody suspecting the situation.
So, Tim, thanks for a great show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks, my partner in
And,
crime.
Another one in the can, as I like to say. Another one in the can.
The one in the can sounds like you're flushing it.
Should we announce when the next show is going to be?
Yeah, if you go down there.
All right, I'm going to announce when the next show is going to be, Tim.
Announce the next show, baby.
Okay, so the next show is going to be in June.
Yep, it sure is.
And it's going to be on the 17th. Not too long before the longest day of the year.
Oh, my God.
You know, the longest day of the year would be a fun day to have like a midnight show.
Midnight at the Oasis.
The longest. Oh, geez, here we go. So June 17th. We'll be back June 17th. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll sorry.
See you on the next show.
We're sorry if we made anybody feel bad.
Hey, I don't care.
No, I was going to say something like, I'm sorry if we've overstayed our welcome. But I'm not really.
I don't mind.
So even now, my finger is on the button, but I hesitate.
I don't mind.
This is something you won't get this on
NBC, CBS, and ABC.
Absolutely.
We're going to give you the news whether you like this shit or not.